The following show features reviews from wildly unprofessional critics operating without the supervision of professionals. The thoughts and opinions held by these individuals are not to be taken seriously and do not come from a place of intellectual integrity. This show doesn't reflect the opinions of Criticless or its users. Viewer discretion is advised.
It's time to finally stop the constant flood of filth and propaganda coming out of Hollywood. Fill the airwaves 24/7 with that garbage. We gonna do the same thing.
I'm still here, you shit eaters.
What's up? What's up? What is up, everybody? Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Criticless Cast Unhinged. We are back and hopefully at least a little bit unhinged. And it's been a while since we've done the thing in here. Last show was completely remote, me solo doloing it, but you guys made sure to show up. And we had a whole slew of you fools in there and had awesome viewership. So much appreciated. And thank you to everyone. And for people that are just now tuning in or that have been away over the past few weeks with the holidays and stuff, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, or whatever it is you might have been celebrating over the past 2 weeks. Happy and all of those things to all of those things.
Merry happy.
Yes, merry happy to all of those. And, you know, you heard the voice, the international man of mystery, Mr. Christopher Cowells.
Hello. Greetings.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, let's hear your introduction, Chris. Go ahead.
Transfer before you stop talking.
No,
yeah,
you're good.
Hi.
Glad to have you back.
Thanks. Glad to be here.
How's it been since the vacation and, you know, being off work and all
Yeah. Well, ups and downs, you know.
Yeah.
Weight went up. That was my present for Christmas, just body weight. Got sick, but overall enjoyed time off.
Yeah.
It was nice. Spent time with family. It was really good. Enjoyed it. Yeah. I never want to go back to work, even though I'm there this week, but
right.
Still never want to go back.
The real question that everyone's wondering right now is how is the mail order slash what is it?
Email order. Yeah.
Mail order bride. How's she doing?
You know, I had to break up with her.
Yeah.
She just wasn't
broke up.
Yeah, I had to send her back.
Oh.
There was like a return policy.
Really?
Just got my money back.
Right. Wasn't putting out?
Oh no. That's never a problem for my women. But you know, just got bored with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, needed something new. Needed spice.
Yeah.
Needed
New year.
touch maybe?
New me.
No, not that. No.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Still the dancing with myself kind of thing. That song's playing on repeat.
Oh yeah. You go into those like electroshock therapy pads, just strap into my balls and zap.
Right. Exactly.
Really does it for me.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Well, I'm glad to hear that you're still functioning and, you know, living the free life again after you know, gotten rid of the misses.
I'll find a new one.
You will.
Yeah.
You will.
It's kind of like a monthly subscription thing. Get a new one every month.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like email order again, or are we going like real mail?
Ooh, might do telegraph this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Throw a real old school.
Telegraph.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should be like coming in like, hello, my baby. Hello, my darling.
Get some gummies, you know.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
All right. I'm feeling this. I'm feeling what you're putting down. And also, we have Mr. Matthew Verlaque. What's up, buddy?
What's up, everybody? What's going on? Merry Festivus.
Festivus.
To the rest of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Festivus. Yes. That's
For the rest of
Is
us.
that a real word? I've heard it before.
I think it's from Seinfeld.
Okay.
I think there's an episode of Seinfeld, and I haven't watched Seinfeld, but somebody said it once. I thought it was hilarious.
Right.
But it's like Festivus for the rest of us.
Oh.
And the chat can correct me if I'm wrong.
Right.
but
They'll
hey, who
probably
knows?
know. Somebody like Maester P who's in there will know. And that is the other thing is to, you know, hello to the chat. I do see a lot of the usual Spud Specs in there. We got Life on Marshmallows and Maester P. We got my wife and Scaviola, and I'm sure there are the lingerers and lurkers as well.
Texas Goon.
That's right. Texas Goon in here as well. Hey, guys, glad to have you in here. And I know we've been pulling new subs and new folks and people that are just new to the channel. So if you are, then welcome to Criticless Cast Unhinged. We are very glad to have you. And if you don't know, we did officially cross 2,000, which was great. over the break. So let's go. We're going to keep that going onwards and upwards. This channel is going to keep going. And I'm excited because, I'm going to get to do my regular videos again and start to hopefully see some new movies. But typically January is where movies kind of go to die.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny? Last year.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yes.
Historically. But remember last year, it was a bunch of good movies. There, like Companion.
Right. I was going to bring up
I'm trying to remember what else. But there was others. Like, we were watching them back to back. We were like, these are good movies.
Right. It was
hidden gems. Unexpected.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing to look out for in January is if there are any hits, like it's going to be the sleepers.
Yeah.
And it'll still probably be ones that people miss for the most part. Like Companion was one that most people didn't see but found on streaming and that sort of thing. I thought that was great. I actually ended up seeing Flight Risk and dug it. That was Mel Gibson directed.
Oh yeah,
that was fun. It was bald Mark Wahlberg, which was wild, and Mark Wahlberg as a villain, which was really cool.
That seems fitting,
right?
I think he would be a great villain.
Oh, for sure, especially with his kind of questionable track record.
Yeah,
the
Boogie Nights. I mean,
well,
anybody with that kind of a dick, they've got to be bad.
Right. Well, yeah, there was some crazy things that happened when he was younger. There was like some assault things and some kind of racist bits that happened.
No, that doesn't surprise me. It was like the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah, the 80s.
It was a wild time to be alive. But yeah, those were two of the bigger ones. Now, Wolfman happened at that same time, January last year. So
that was bad.
Not so
Did I watch that?
I don't know. I was kind of wondering.
I still don't know if I watched Companion.
You did. That's the one where they go out into the woods. It's a family trying to reunite, and they go to a cabin in the woods.
And the whole thing is it's like the Universal Monsters Wolfman, except for now it's like a virus is how it kind of play it more.
Does not sound familiar.
If you use Criticless, we would be able to check, but you refuse to write any reviews, so we can't.
Nag.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I know. This is why Chris doesn't have a wife. He has a nagger. Yeah,
I'm gonna nag you all night.
This is why he doesn't have a wife. He's got a mat.
Exactly.
So.
I've got commitment issues.
This is why you don't come around, because every time you do it, I'm like, are you using Criticless yet? Why aren't you using Criticless? Your best friend made it.
Right. Slipping. No, it's good. But yeah, that one, Wolfman was it was not great, but it wasn't terrible. It could have been worse. It wasn't as bad as The Invisible Man. So
no,
there's not much.
Good Lord,
bad as The Invisible Man. And the fact that so many people say that they love it, like I still don't.
Who?
Mentally challenged people.
I've never heard this except for from Criticless or Criticals.
Yeah, they might.
Critics.
Right. Yeah. It's one of those where like it has like a 90 something on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
So
bonkers.
Obviously a terrible movie if the score is that high.
Yeah.
So this month I was trying to pull it up and look, and it's really there's some weird monkey movie coming out about like a murderous monkey.
We're bringing monkeys back.
Yeah,
dude. Last year was also a monkey year, wasn't it? Didn't we have Monkey Man, or was that 24?
Yeah, we had the one with the clapping monkey.
Yep, and also
something.
It was also the
two of us did.
What was that other monkey one?
Was there
where he was fighting?
Nope, was the year before that.
Well, and
no. Monkey
Planet of the Apes like 2 years ago, right? Didn't we?
Maybe. No, but there was an actual like Monkey Man where he had to fight people.
Was Monkey Man. That was 2 years ago as well.
Was that 2 years ago? Or
that was
I can't keep years straight.
2 years ago. But it's been ongoing. You're right. There's been multiple. Look, but this more is like a chimpanzee murderer, kind of movie.
Hell yeah. Okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm on board.
Now this month is the sequel to the 28 Years Later, which I never saw the other 28 Years Later. It's
which that just came out.
It did.
Literally last year.
Yeah. Like in a few months, right? Wasn't it like late 25?
Yeah, it was.
I think it was September or August.
Yeah,
yeah, you're right. Like it was later in the year. It's crazy they turned around and did another one.
Right.
So that's not that far away. But I am personally, I just not excited because I haven't seen the last one, and also this is the first one of these movies that has a different director and everything. And I don't know. And I didn't hear great things about the most recent ones.
Okay, so they changed up directors between years and the sequel years.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. It's really weird. I've not heard an explanation why.
It could be good because, like you're saying, reviews on Criticless weren't that great for 28 years.
The thing though is that this is the same director that did the Marvels. So there's that.
Marvel,
like
it was a TV show, right?
No, the movie that no one saw, and it was not great.
That was very mid movie.
Yeah,
mid at very best.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, so now I will say it's still this month. Mercy is coming out this month, which I am excited about, and I've talked about several times. Which is Chris Pratt has to prove he's innocent to an AI judge, and the whole thing is that he got caught for a murder but didn't, and so it's kind of a trapped
Minority Report.
Yes, it's Minority Report.
That's always literally
Yes,
saying this.
it's kind of a trapped in one room Minority Report movie with Chris Pratt trying to stop himself from dying. So I want to see that actually.
Okay.
Seems cool. So that's probably the biggest thing that I'm excited about this year, but we'll see. And y'all let us know in the chat if there's any that you are excited to see this month. Y'all let us know.
And nothing's really jumped out at me as like a rush to the
Right.
theater and see kind of movie. So
Right.
I don't know if I'll be seeing any in theater movies this month.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably do it just for review's sake. And since
Yeah.
I've been going on Film Threat more, it's like those guys stay on top of the new movies. And so when I go on those, it's like if I see things and so,
Yeah. Makes sense.
we will see. It depends. I'm going to have to feel motivated. So there is that. But I don't know about you guys, but we all know that what the folks really come here for is one thing, really. It's become
true.
one very special and amazing segment that no one else on the internet is doing, you know, that no one else has their pulse on culture like I do. And so we're going to do the thing. We're going to give you a culture for boomers. Now, quite a few things have been happening. It's been over break, but really the biggest thing that I'm going to talk about, we'll do a little funny things, but I'm
Okay,
going to button
okay.
things up with the real thing that has taken over culture over the past couple weeks, which is Stranger Things. But not necessarily even just the show, because it seems that the controversy around the finale has been far greater than the show itself.
Interesting. Have you all watched this
Yes.
most recent season?
I have.
Yeah,
To
I watched
fruition?
it all.
Okay.
I've watched it all. I have
All
not
right.
reviewed. I was waiting due to the recent controversy just to make sure of things. I'm sure Chris has no idea what I'm talking about, but we will get to that. But before that, we're going to start things out light. So first off, I saw this and it made me chuckle. It seems like something, well, to be honest, it seems like something that would happen to my wife. And
Oh.
this video got 80 million views, but people eating shit always get 80 million views. So, bro, like, oh no, we're gonna get popped for this. I'm gonna turn the audio off. Just her face. It's like she was used to this kind of just absolute eating of it.
Yeah,
When
well, she
you watch
kinda-
it, it's like she doesn't really stop herself.
So I was about to say she kind of gave up halfway through the fall, like
Yeah.
this is my life.
Yeah, she's just there. She goes. But
Yeah, she caught herself a little bit with her right arm,
Yeah.
and then just didn't plant with her left arm because she could have caught herself.
Right.
Didn't bother and just went for the ride.
Just totally caught. All right, now I want to look here. Sometimes when these things happen, we gotta assess.
What are you looking at, Blaine?
That wasn't paused for any reason.
Oh yeah.
Didn't have anything
Alright.
to do with the sweatpants, but no. The real question here, we got to take a look at the rock. It looks wet.
Dwayne Johnson.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, it does look
That's
a little
wet rock.
wet.
You didn't
Yeah.
prepare. There's leaves on it.
Yeah.
Leaves also look wet. She was just not prepared. And look at where the foot placement.
She also has the ankle strength of a toddler. It seems like she was just stepping and
Yeah.
it instantly snapped.
Boom. And the way she scorpions.
It's like, what was she doing with her left foot there?
Right.
If you watch, like her left foot, I guess she was just going to sort of slide down.
Yeah.
And her right leg crumbles because her left leg just gives out.
Yeah.
But the placement of her left leg is just terrible. Like that footing.
Yeah.
Why would you ever put your foot there?
She was not
Answer me that.
prepared for this. Now, do we think, was this a shoe issue? Do we think it was an environment thing? Do we
Yeah.
think that this was, a combo deal where she just had no coordination?
I'm going to blame the environment just for her benefit.
Her reaction tells me it's a her thing because those look like Adidas.
They are.
And those are
Now, they're not
slippery
tied.
shoes.
Guys, you go hiking, tie your damn shoes.
Yeah, but her shoe didn't come off, so it doesn't look like that was the problem.
Yeah, that's
now. I
true.
will say Adidas tend to be slipperier shoes.
They
True.
are.
They're not known for gripping. They're soccer shoes. You're inside playing soccer or whatever. Like
Right.
so, it could be
Inside.
partially shoe,
Right.
but partially also she didn't react. That tells me, like you said, like she's used to this.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
There's
makes bad
no
decisions.
real reaction time, no coordination. You can tell. That's the face of a person who falls a lot.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, she was just like, ah, shit, did it again.
But 80 million.
Yeah, and now 80 million people have seen her fall on her face.
I mean,
I
dude,
don't understand.
I feel like America's Funniest Home Videos would do gangbusters in this
Right.
day and age. Like,
It still exists.
does it?
Yeah. I can't remember. Somebody
Wow.
random hosted
My kids
it.
watch it. We went through a phase. It's on like Hulu or somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was right. My wife owned up to it, said it would definitely definitely happen to her.
Well, it's definitely one of those things. You go hiking, not prepared at all,
Right.
and then you fall.
Right.
I mean, she might not even be hiking. That could just be like a crick in their backyard. You know what I mean? Like,
I like that you said crick. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
thank you.
You know, we got to represent.
Rednecks.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, and after my new, I've got a new office now for the solo streams and stuff, and I went live the other day, and right when I went live, Jay was like, "Oh," he's like, you've talked a while, and I've known you for a while, but like you're a real life hillbilly, and I was like,
Oh, shit.
"Oh,
Like,
thanks,
don't
Jay."
mind my moonshine
Right.
big in the back.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious. What triggered him to say that? Do you know?
So yeah, the new
Oh, JJ's in the chat. Tell us.
right. They've seen
What
it.
triggered it?
Yeah, Jay, he was picking up on the vibes that I was putting down. The new office, I decided to fully embrace, just my clash of culture types. And
NASCAR.
So I went NASCAR. No, well, so I've got like my shotguns hanging on the wall. I hung one of my revolvers. I've got my bird dog
Gotcha.
pictures behind me.
Gotcha. Okay.
I've got like a hatchet on the wall. I got my bow on one corner. I got
You got a bow.
yeah. You didn't. Well, you shot my bow.
that's
but
true.
Your arms
I-
were too short, and it
Stop. No, and it like destroyed. I
Yeah.
had the biggest bruise on my forearm.
yeah.
Ooh,
It
yeah.
got
I
you.
forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That did happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that bow's on the wall. Just different things. I've got some cool like Western photos, my Dark Tower things. And so it's
Oh,
very
right.
Westerny.
Yeah, yeah.
And the room's full of like leather chairs now. It's a vibe. It's
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
super chill room because I moved downstairs and took over the room that was supposed to be mine that the kids took over. And now
Gotcha.
it's mine again.
Nice.
So as a parent, has to do at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm officially, labeled. I was always, jokingly the hillbilly, but now they believe me after seeing my
I like that's what makes you a hillbilly, but if you actually look at it, it makes you more look like a, I don't know, like a aristocrat or something like that. Because it is. You have your bird dog
right.
portraits.
It's fancy.
Yeah.
And you have your like
Leather
over and under shotgun. It's not
Yeah.
like you have these like camouflage like
Right. Right.
in the background. It's
Right.
these nice weapons.
We like to call it high class white trash.
That's right. That's
Hey, there
high
it
class
is.
white
Yep.
trash. Now, the next little 2 videos here, I wanted to pull up because, Gen X, the ones above us, not
Yep.
yes, Gen X.
We'll just say older. Well, they're not above us.
They're older than us. They're the ones above us.
Well,
They're
The ones that come
that's
before.
kind of
right. The connotation.
Yeah, exactly.
The ones that came before.
Yes.
Which Gen X
That's what she
is
said.
weird. Do what?
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
The ones that come before. That was good. The Gen X is a weird generation. They're very much split in half. They're like half boomer, half millennial.
Uh-huh.
And Gen X seems to fight with one another because they're just like so split where you're kind of one or the other. You're
Yeah.
boomerly or millennially.
Right.
But what I was going to say was this is just to show you guys like millennials are starting to represent. They're showing up and even
Millennials?
Say what?
You said millennials are starting.
Millennials are.
Okay,
Yes.
sorry.
Our generation, we're now teachers and things and obviously parents and we're getting older. And so
Kidding.
we've been old, but still. Listen, we're getting.
Yeah.
But anyways, this video has 14 million views and this guy decided, you know what? We're going to bring things back. We're going to start teaching kids like they ought to be teached.
Taught.
Learned.
There you
We're
go.
learning them like they ought to be learned. Oh, wait, we got to
Listen,
unmute.
the reason why. Hey, listen, the reason why. Listen, you guys can't run like fairies. Run with your arms like this. You run faster.
Mr. A,
Pump your arms. What?
Boom.
can I go to the class because when every time my lips is dry, Mom said I'm supposed to put Vaseline.
You can do it when gym's over.
Silly.
Have a drink.
Okay.
Me too.
No, don't push it. One at a time.
But yeah, it's time to start telling
Aw.
kids to not
Dude.
run like fairies again.
So it's funny. I saw this video recently and I didn't realize how these schools have gone.
Oh yeah,
But this was a teacher, a high school teacher. And don't get me wrong, she's young.
right.
She graduated high school in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So she's a young teacher as it is.
Right.
But she was just like, yo, you guys won't believe it, but we don't like give kids zeros anymore for not turning in projects.
Right.
They don't get like penalized. They don't have school books anymore. All they have to do is carry around a Chromebook.
Huh.
So,
Sure. Okay.
I mean, it makes sense, but also, so they don't have, the schools are being uplifted not to have lockers in them anymore.
Wow.
Nice.
And like, it's just a very different environment than what we grew up with. And it was like mind boggling. Like she listed a bunch of stuff and she has multiple parts of her videos. And I was just like, that's crazy.
And I'm sure she's public school. That's some very public school, type of stuff.
Yeah. I'll be curious to what private schools are like, if they've adapted a similar.
Probably even more. For most,
Right.
When I think of private school, I think of like fancy Richie pants, higher class.
And it's really not as much like that, believe it or not. No, well, at least this day and age. I think when we were kids, it was.
Yeah.
Now the private schools and stuff are going backwards because they're like, we need to kind of get back to raising kids the right way and not go so far with things. So that seems to be the vibe that I'm picking up. And Maester P was talking about how Gen X, they survived drinking water from the hose, rubbing dirt in the wounds and stuff, falling off tree forts.
Well,
We were the same way.
Yeah, that sounds like my childhood.
Right. That was exactly our childhood. Millennial were very much the same way. We were definitely the same way. It stopped really, and millennials are kind of split too. It happened halfway-ish around millennials too, because I have a younger sister that's 7 years younger than me.
Yeah.
And she's totally different. Like was raised a lot more like the following generation, not like millennials.
Yeah, I think it also depends on the class you grew up in.
Right.
Like, if you had money, then because it was very much divisive, which I think it's always been that way as far as the haves and haves not.
Right.
I think it's a little less extreme these days. Like you can get a TV for freaking $200, but it's cheap to get a nice TV. You can have streaming services for not a lot of money.
Right.
But I grew up with like literal just local television that I never watched on a tube TV and like no internet until I was 15 or something. And so I think but people who had money could afford it back in the 90s. And so I think that's also plays into it.
It definitely plays. There's definitely a marker for that because it's kind of like even like I think with millennials, it was the before and after the internet, right? But still, there were people that got the internet early and later. My dad was in tech, so we were the first people I knew to have the internet.
Right.
It wasn't even because we were rich. It was just because my dad worked in tech.
Right.
And so we had the internet first because we had to.
Yeah.
But it was kind of one of those things where it was like with my youngest sister, she didn't have the internet.
Right.
Where I had those 7 or 8.
That's what's special about being a 90s kid.
Right.
Because we did grow up in that era, and anybody that's like late 90s, early 2000s and on will have had internet their whole lives and won't understand that we didn't have that.
Right. Right. And thanks for the heads up, Jake. Yeah. So we didn't know the audio was bad. This is definitely a StreamYard thing. Chris had thought that he heard it earlier.
I did.
We don't know what it is they do or why it happens. But it is StreamYard absolutely.
Is it like rainy sounding, like staticky,
crunchy,
kind of like we're on a fucking LP or something?
Yeah.
Is that what it sounds like?
Yeah, probably. So yeah, y'all let us know. But yeah, we've been trying to do the stuff with the audio, but it's literally a week-to-week basis. We literally change nothing in the studio except for plug in. So it's
are we too quiet? Like, can you give us a little more than sound like crap? Or is that just our voices and you just don't
warm
like it?
and
right.
compressed?
It could be.
Okay.
Toby says that that it was that
muffled.
You haven't cleaned out your ears, buddy. So
interesting.
Maybe that's it.
Warm and compressed.
And muffled. Yeah, muffled.
Just muffled. Yeah. So yeah, well, I don't know. We'll check it again. We typically sometimes just restarting computers and restarting StreamYard and stuff is what does it. And sometimes it literally is a device to device issue. But either way, sorry about that. We try, but StreamYard is our worst enemy. But on the same vein of that, we have another video of a millennial mom, showing the right way to raise kids.
Okay, we're pretending it's the 90s, okay? You're living outside now. You don't come in.
Tonight we're gonna come in.
No, I mean you come in when you sleep, and you come in if you're bleeding. Otherwise, y'all are playing outside. We're pretending it's the 90s, and that's fine.
Yep.
Where's your brother?
Pee in a bush.
Okay, that's good. That's like how it is in the 90s.
Right. Yeah. You don't need to know where your sibling is.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing she said, if you're bleeding, you can come in. No, that was also not.
If something's broken,
you're right.
Come in.
Blood, you're fine.
Yeah.
Rub it off.
Yeah, I guess it always depended on how bad. There was plenty of times where I had to go get stitches from being outside.
Right.
Those were the times I was allowed to go inside.
Oh no, I never went and got stitches. My dad was like, "Don't be a bitch."
Same. I literally
Never
have
had
never had,
stitches,
except for surgery, obviously,
Right.
but like never just because of a cut.
Right.
Yeah.
I had one time, true story here. I decided that what I wanted to do, I bet Chris has done this as well. He probably just didn't have the same outcome. Was that a bungee cord was good for bungee jumping? Word to the wise, bungee cords are not good for bungee jumping. And I got on the top of the fort and was like, I'm gonna rappel
Yeah.
off the fort with the bungee cord.
Sure.
Mhm.
And so I gave the leap and I was like, I'm definitely just going to bounce back up, fly to the top.
100%.
Like
Yeah.
everyone knows.
That's
seen
just
bungee.
Science.
Right.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that's how it's working. Right.
Of
Science.
course, why not?
And so, I did the old jumpy jump. And then when the elastic on the bungee cord hit full, taut,
Yeah.
I didn't bounce back. It just released from the other end
Yeah.
and smacked me right here on a vein.
Ooh.
And instantly started
Oh, yeah.
shooting blood out of my forehead.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, my dad had told me not to do this. He told me that it would not work.
Mhm.
But everyone knows that their dads are stupid and they don't know what they're talking about.
100%.
Obviously.
Fools. We all know this.
Yep.
So he was going to be wrong.
Yeah. Because, of course, you ask them, have you ever tried it?
Right.
And they're going to say,
Like,
no.
no, 'cause I'm
And
not
you're
an
like, well,
idiot.
then how do you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you have to try it.
You're like, clearly, Dad, you don't know. You just weren't as creative as me. You
Right.
weren't as inventive.
You didn't have bungee cords when you were alive in the 1800s.
Right. And so I remember this very distinctly. And it sounds like exactly like something that would honestly happen in my household now with my children is, I ran to Dad and I'm like, ah! And there's blood shooting out of my head.
Yeah.
Yes, in pulses,
Yeah.
and it's shooting out. And he looks at me and he goes, I don't care. I told you not to do that. This
Yeah.
is what happens, you know?
Yeah.
And
Check
Put a
that.
Band-Aid on it.
right. He goes, go tell your mom I'm busy. And he was out in the shop working. And so I run into my mom and my mom is taking a nap and I'm like, ah! And my head's bleeding. And my mom's like, what's going on? And she's taking her nap and she's like, no, you'll be fine. Your dad told you not to do that. You shouldn't have. That's what happens.
Yeah.
We'll get you a Band-Aid. And so they put a Band-Aid on it and I had a giant scar on my forehead until my head grew and stretched out the scar.
Serves you right.
Yeah. It's
Not listening to your dad.
I learned a valuable lesson that day.
Yeah. Bungee cords. You need two.
Yes, exactly. Use a bigger bungee cord
That's right.
or maybe two.
Yeah, I was about to say, just use more bungee cords. Problem
Yeah.
solved here.
Yeah.
Right.
I can't remember trying that with a bungee cord,
Sorry.
but
Sorry, Nick. Yeah, it was pretty cool having
I'm not laughing at you.
No, not laugh. No, we are. We're laughing at you.
I'm
It's okay. No.
Chris. Yeah.
Love you.
No, never did the bungee cord that I can remember, but I did do the trash bag off the roof thinking it was a parachute. I don't know if anybody tried that, but it doesn't work. So
Right.
didn't really get hurt though. You have like fucking, elastic joints whenever you're a child.
Yeah,
so
luckily one story isn't that crazy.
Yeah. It's like 20
Thankfully.
feet.
If you did it off like 2 stories, you'd be a different story.
Right.
Right.
Because that'd be 2 instead of 1. Thank you
It
very
would
much.
be a different story. Good job, Matt.
Right.
I like it. It's a good joke.
Freaking Matt. But yeah, also I saw Penny said that she is child number 12 out of 14. That is wild.
Holy Mormon,
Yeah.
cheesy Pete.
Seriously, were your parents Catholic?
Yeah.
Or Mormon?
Or
Which
Mormon.
one?
Yeah.
It's going to be one of the
one of the two. You,
Were
guaranteed.
contraceptives against God's will
Yes.
in your life?
Right. Which is surprising that Chris wasn't, his family wasn't that way, honestly.
No, they just taught that sex was the devil.
You're right, it is.
Yeah, like
we
if
all know it is.
you were
you know.
attracted to a woman,
Right.
dear Lord.
Yeah. It wasn't that you were gay, it was that you were going to hell.
Hell yeah, exactly. It was like, no.
Yeah, exactly. And she said, that if they got hurt, they got spankings. And honestly, I remember that happened to me as well. It's like, stop being so stupid. We don't have the money or time to deal with you getting hurt.
yeah. And stop coming inside and bothering us.
Right,
We're doing
exactly.
stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly. Rub some dirt in it. Don't
What
deal
they're doing, I don't know, considering nobody worked from home.
with it. Right.
I don't know what's going on.
Right. And you know what? I got to bring this up. Troy Pacelli, we got a member for 8 months, brother.
Whoa.
8 months. That's what I'm talking about. We do
Oh, man.
appreciate it. Thanks, buddy. And he says, like, share, subscribe, do all the clicky things. It's free. If you are feeling really supportive, become a member like me. That's right.
Oh,
He is
yeah.
a member, and he is the man, and he does a daily show. If you want to keep up to date on all sorts of things happening, he does a daily show. I've popped in time or two, and he does good stuff, and I'm going to be seeing him at MegaCon along with a lot of you guys. I brought that up, and we talked about it recently, so
Yeah.
I will be at MegaCon, and we will be seeing you guys, and thanks for that, Troy. We do appreciate it. He's the man, and if you don't follow his channel, go check that out as well. But yeah, so raising kids like it's the 90s, that's how we should all be raising our children, you know?
Yeah.
Now, really quick, got to show one more thing because the topic of this man has come up before on this channel very recently. I saw this clip. It's amazing and hilarious, and I am going to clip it, and it is going to be a new clip on our channel because it is so fantastic.
I'm just trying to figure you out.
All right.
Yeah.
Easy enough.
He's so serious.
It's not going to be easy for you.
Why is it not going to be easy?
You're not bright enough. How's that?
Jeez.
Whoa.
Well, you asked. I know you're not going to put that on the air, and I hope not. But my answer
And
is
then I did.
I'm complex, and I'm deep, and I can be hurt easily, and I react spontaneously to people who want to figure me out, as it were. As somebody who will hold up my guard. I'm not going to let anybody figure me out per se.
Yeesh.
Still being a dick.
I've heard so many stories of him being an asshole.
Yeah.
This just, yeah.
Yeah.
Fits-
I
Like
the
force out of
topic here, you know.
community.
This is the face everyone made when it said, I know you're not going to put this on the air.
Yeah.
You're like, brother, this is
That's my
not
brother, actually.
right. Yeah.
The picture.
This is not the 80s or 90s, you know.
Yeah.
This is the day and age where they are going to put that on the air.
They're going to 100% blast that everywhere to reconfirm to everybody that knows
Right.
and to let people that didn't know
Right.
that Chevy Chase is a giant dickhead.
Right. I like how the top comment is, I've never heard anyone say anything nice about Chevy Chase ever. You know what?
Yeah.
This is just an honest man. You know,
He is.
he's living his best life.
He's
He's telling people all the shitty thoughts that run through his
Yeah.
head. If we could all be so uninhibited.
Yeah.
we can. It's called being an asshole.
Right.
He's honest.
He's
Fully
honest.
in
That's
it.
right. You know, and
Yeah.
if we could all just be this level of honest, the world would be a lot more violent place.
It. Yeah. But
Oh, yeah.
there wouldn't be so much anxiety.
Right.
You know,
I feel
like
like there's a part of Matt that relates to this video a little bit.
A little bit. I hate that it's Chevy Chase, but yeah. A little
Right.
A
You
little
know, but it's just one of those things. You know, sometimes you just got to say it. You know,
That's true. I'm pretty bad about that. That's why I don't say a lot of things. Sometimes I'm just too blunt.
right.
And it's like, well,
Right.
didn't mean it quite
You're like,
Really
why,
should
why
just
is Matt
do it.
quiet? It's like, because if he said what he's thinking, it wouldn't be good.
Mama raised me
Yeah.
to not say anything if you don't have anything good to say.
Right. And so Matt's like, I guess I'm never going to speak again.
I will be in the corner. Okay.
I will
Check me out there.
just be soft. I love Jake, you know, per usual. He says, in the spirit of honesty, I'm hammered. And that is, if there's anything about Jake, that's Jake.
hell yeah.
Hey.
And yeah, Troy, can't wait to see you guys at MegaCon too. But yeah, this clip, there's multiple statements out of it that I am absolutely going to clip out and use in the future because it's great. It's just,
It's brutal.
holy shit.
Yeah.
You know, but as Matt said, clearly the rumors are true.
Yep.
I was like, you're not even bright enough. You're not bright enough to figure me out, you idiot.
Yeah, and $10 is because it was a woman. I wonder if he would have said that to a dude.
You're right.
Because from what I've heard is he's racist,
pretty racist and sexist and everything.
like
Yeah, like
basically
racist
his
against
character on
women.
Community was just like, hey, go be yourself for a little bit.
Right. Because, yeah, the word on the street is that a lot of the crazy shit that was said on Community from his character was improv from him,
Yeah.
of him just doing his shit,
Yeah.
That checks out.
which I liked the character.
I mean, it was funny.
Hilarious.
That's the thing. It's because it is funny because everyone's like, oh, laugh at the old racist guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's literally what it was. It was like, here's the racist guy that we can relate to every once in a while.
Right.
But
Right. So, all right, I'm not going to play this whole thing, but we got to get into the meat and potatoes of
All right,
things.
all right.
We got to talk about the real cultural thing happening currently, what's going on in the world, which is conformity gate, guys. We got to dig deep into conformity gate because we haven't talked about it on this channel. And look at Chris, you know, look at that face.
that's the most Asian look
Yeah.
I've ever seen.
Racist smash.
Wow.
I'm just saying. If I didn't know that you were
Chevy
white,
Chase.
That skips right past when you look
You
Mexican.
pull off
You
like
look
you
Asian.
You could pass.
That's
for it.
because it's the Native American in me. They're like, they're related in
Close.
some
Well, people
way.
say that Native Americans are Asians.
Exactly.
So
I
Yeah,
need
well,
you
it's
to do
like-
like a 23andMe.
yeah.
So we can find out
think
like
you-
what your ethnicity is. 'Cause
Oh,
I would not be surprised if it's like
fine.
50% Asian. You're the
Right.
mailman.
Oh,
I
Yeah.
do want to.
oh, for me specifically, yeah, true.
No, for
yeah.
the other you. Yes, for you.
Well, I like somebody in my family's already done
Oh,
it,
they
but
have.
I understand.
Yeah,
like
you
doing
need
it for
to.
me, I see what you mean if there's a
yeah,
mailman.
just because somebody else in the family.
That's right.
Right.
This is how you find out that
You
like
find out the crazy.
that my uncles are each from a
Yes.
different like daddy. Like
Hmm.
Right.
that's how you get the
Good
dirt.
point. I just
Probably.
have an aversion.
I actually
to-
just did one.
what?
Really?
Yeah.
Share?
Oh,
I don't know yet. I haven't got it back. I did
literally just did it.
It's gonna be white.
it. right.
Oh,
No,
mine's
British,
white bread.
99%.
Yes. It will.
I
Yeah.
came back to 99%
Or German.
Wonder Bread.
Wonder Bread. Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
German. I
No,
can see
act-
German in you.
Well, it's supposed to be German, but it's supposed to be
It's
a lot.
supposed to be.
That's actually why I'm taking this test.
Oh,
It-
yeah.
is that I
You have a
don't.
spat with your dad?
No, well, actually, that's my mom's side of the family. That's supposed
Oh,
to have some German.
true.
Dad's supposed to be fully British, I think. We thought he was Scottish. Turns out he's not. But
God.
you know, this
Yeah.
is just super British. My wife says that I would look like those crazy British people with the crazy teeth. Like if I hadn't had braces, here's what I would look like.
Oh,
if
yeah.
And I mean, because I have gigantic teeth, and they were all fucked.
Are they big?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I haven't noticed.
You never noticed? I have big.
Yeah.
These
Chompers.
They're big.
And if you didn't have
These
braces,
teeth.
then you probably would go. And if you didn't brush them,
Right.
and then you go
Super yellow.
Drank a lot of
super-
tea.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
You had a monarch.
I do drink a lot of sweet tea. That explains a lot. Actually.
Yeah.
It's that inherited.
That's
Yeah.
weird.
Bojangles.
Right. A lot of Bojangles.
Mhm.
A lot of Bojangles. Just shit my pants every time. you know,
True.
it's how it goes.
That spicy chicken.
Yeah.
It's got a laxative in it.
It really does. It's
100%,
not just spicy
dude.
chicken. It's
Yeah.
everything. It
Oh, yeah?
It's
Oh.
all of it.
The bow rounds also. That's because they're like 90% grease.
Grease.
Well, there are also a lot of onion powder, and I feel like a lot of people are actually,
Allergic to onions.
not
Yeah.
necessarily. I wouldn't call it allergic, but have a reaction.
Oh
to
god.
onions.
I know he's a mod, guys, but Caveat Ties has got to be kicked.
Ooh.
Kick him.
Well, he's a Midwestern.
Listen.
To be
He
fair,
calls like soda pop and stuff.
I also don't drink sweet tea. And I think it's gross.
That's-
But I don't like sugar. So
Well,
that's,
we all
I'm
know why
okay
that-
in
Chris,
that
Come on.
stance.
We know why that is.
Well,
Why are you gay?
That's why you don't like it.
yeah. Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
So we need
Yeah.
the community.
Dude. Yeah.
Historically,
No.
I like meat.
Right.
Not sweets.
Right.
So,
And yes, as Toby said, yeah, 80% hillbilly, 20% white. That's
Yep.
really that's
Yeah.
what me is. But
That's all it's going to show up.
right.
That's all it's going to
Which
say.
honestly, after watching Clarkson's Farm, if you guys have ever seen,
I've heard about it.
like
I know you've
there's-
raved about it.
There's a character on Clarkson's Farm that is just straight up a North Carolina hillbilly,
Oh, yeah.
but
Sure.
British.
but British.
And you're like, oh, that's where we come from.
Yeah.
Like this is our people. They literally
Found
have,
our people.
like they have to put on subtitles when the
Oh, yeah.
speaks, and everyone's face is just like,
Mhm.
and it's just,
Mhm.
yeah, and it's that, except for with a British accent.
Right.
I can't replicate it, but that's what it is, and you don't know what he's saying. So it's
Oh, yeah.
clearly our people. You know, it's the rednecks are British.
For sure.
That's definitely
Yeah.
where they come from.
Also, but I mean, you do have like the Scottish people that are like
Right.
Mm-hmm.
real hard to
that's
understand.
true, too.
Yep.
I think it's that whole island group, the United Kingdoms, I guess they call it. But
Right.
yeah,
The UK.
Yeah.
There's just that whole
Mhm.
area,
Mhm.
whatever those guys got going on over there. But yes. So anyways,
All
we got distracted. But
Next thing.
all right. So conformity gate. I don't know if the chat is familiar with conformity gate, but there's been a lot happening. Essentially, the last season of Stranger Things dropped. And, you know, you have all sorts of people and their opinions and feelings on Stranger Things. I've been one of those where, honestly, I loved all 4 seasons to varying degrees. Season 1 was, like, phenomenal. Season 2 was okay. Season 3 was really good. Season 4 is, like, a masterpiece.
Oh, holy shit. Okay.
Yeah.
I have not heard that.
Have
Yes.
you watched?
No. We're on season 5. Season 4 was last season, just so you know.
Is that the Metallica
Yeah.
season?
Mhm.
Yes. I
Got it.
consider
Yes,
that season
sure.
a masterpiece. I
That
love
was a good one. Okay.
Season was phenomenal. And that's even the people that aren't crazy about Stranger Things love that season.
Sure.
So, but I'm not talking to the people that hate Stranger Things. I know there's that crowd. But essentially, season 5, the current season that we are on,
final season,
can be categorized as dog shit.
Ooh.
It's bad. It's a bad season. Just period. It's bad.
Yeah.
Now, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but I said it on Film Threat, I'll say it here. This show fell off harder and faster and further than Game of Thrones.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
I mean,
and their last season. Now,
yeah, well, but there was also 9 seasons, right? Or 8?
Correct. Like
whatever.
8.
But it was really the last season of Game of Thrones that was real dog shit. Like everything else was kind of like, well, there was a lot of really good, and then like towards the end, it was kind of like, they could mess this up, and then the last season was complete bad. But this was only 5 seasons, so sure, that makes sense that it falls off harder.
Yeah,
but now I haven't talked to Matt about it. I don't know where he sits with it, but by the end, like, and this is not to say that it's the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah,
there is some good in there. There's some moments of really solid stuff. But the bad is bad, and the plot holes are gaping anuses of plot holes.
Yeah, there are so many plot holes. So many plot holes.
Swiss cheese.
That the internet was able to come up with a theory that there was actually a secret extra episode that was going to be...
That was going to make not exist.
Right. That was going to be like this like rug pull from under everybody, and everybody be like, oh, we forgive everything. And there was enough evidence that people could pull from episodes, and so many discrepancies, and so much just missing
coincidences, weird things that seem like signs. It's that you fucked up when your fan base is fully convinced, like millions of people are fully convinced that it was all fake because it's so bad.
Like all of it, all the previous seasons.
No, just
this last season. Oh, gotcha.
Specifically, the final episode, especially. Like, so just to give you an idea of where people were with this, I'm just going to show you this.
Stranger Things fans are literally going crazy. They think that there's a secret 9th episode coming out on January 7th based on a theory called Conformity Gate that claims that the season finale that we got isn't real and everyone is just conforming to the distorted reality in that epilogue. The thing is, there's a lot of evidence to back it, like an absurd amount. From how perfect the epilogue is, like the military just let them go after they took out over 100 soldiers. The audience is sitting like Henry the...
So that happens real quick because this is a spoiler.
There are
a video. So if you haven't seen this final episode somehow and are going to watch it, Chris, put your hand down.
I saw a lot of these before I even watched it. Didn't ruin anything for me.
Yeah, I just want to throw it out there as a spoiler.
No, it's a good move. Yeah. It's a good move.
Yeah,
it's a good.
But I mean, you've been warned because there's gonna be more of them. Because I've also seen this video.
Right.
Did it?
But yes,
poster in the back is blank. The girl that does
like literally blank posters in a graduation ceremony. Why?
Like they freaking changed the set, like the color of something in the set for no reason. That they drew attention to 2 different episodes, and then for some reason the set people like changed the color of something.
Yeah, it's color of items. There's a lot of this
invites
stuff.
them to a party and they skip it to go play D&D, and then Max calls out Mike for this happy and cozy ending. And isn't it kind of weird that Mike was the leader in volume 1 until episode 4 where he gets knocked out by Vecna, and then he literally does nothing and he's just an observer for the rest of the season. Then there's Mike's resemblance to Henry with the haircut and the glasses, but also Mike and Nancy conforming to what they feared the most, becoming their parents and looking
exactly. So that's where Conformity Gate comes from. Is the name of it, is that everything just seemed to conform into what this show was leading up to not be. So everybody's like, this whole episode is conforming and it can't be real because it's that bad.
Interesting.
It has to be all a sham made up from Vecna. Now, we don't have to watch this whole thing. It's 2 minutes long.
Yeah, I was about to say it's a long thing to watch.
Yeah, it's a long video. But just to give everybody an idea, and I agree, Jake, everybody's kind of burnt out on this.
Well, I think it's gone now.
Yeah. Well, so that's the thing. That's why I wanted to talk about it. It's official. Everybody had said that on the 7th, because there's all this numerology shit surrounding the mystery and everything, making it look like the 7th was going to be the release of this episode that everybody was swearing was going to happen. And I mean, as you see, this video... 7.2 million views.
Stranger Things fans are literally
624,000 likes. So I have other videos like this one as well. There are others in here that are connected to all of this. So wanted to bring it up, but this is where everybody is now.
There's got to be something more.
Riley, there's nothing more.
Another clue.
No, there are no more clues. That's it. Okay, it's over. End of the road.
That's a good movie.
Yeah. And that's where we are.
Yeah.
It's the end of the road.
Yeah. No, I'm done. And the thing they keep being like, oh, well, we're gonna do these other projects. I don't care. Why would I care about some random episode? Or they're doing an animated show that's going to be in between 2 seasons, to the older seasons. I'm like, I don't care. Why would I care? I don't. Oh, we're gonna do a spinoff show. I don't care.
Right.
The main show's done.
Right.
You landed the last season with a big fart. It's almost this season is worse than the Game of Thrones finale season.
Yes.
Because Game of Thrones, they were just trying to like rush through it. Right. And they were just doing kind of what they were doing. And this season, I feel like the writers just didn't know what to do.
Right.
And that's probably why this took so long.
Right.
And instead of doing something that made sense with some characters dying off and such, they just tried to give a happy ending that made no sense based on things. Like even they were just saying like the military had no reaction. There was no consequences. They just magically like did good things. They left out a character the entire season that was important the previous season. Like there's so many pieces of evidence that all these different people have gathered.
Right.
That's just mind blowing. Like I enjoyed parts of the season. I liked that it finally wrapped up. I loved the characters and stuff, but still I'm just like,
well, and they tied it up with like the nicest, most flawless little bow that you're just like, this doesn't fit in this world. Like there were no consequences. There were no repercussions. There was no like, what is the point?
Yeah. No tension, no cliffhanger.
Yeah. And then the mega battle at the end was more anticlimactic than any battle in any of the previous seasons. It's like freaking 30 seconds long. And you're just like, what? We went through all of this.
Yeah.
And you spent more time on a character announcing that he was gay than the main battle.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, that could have been quick and easy. Instead, they dragged that out, and then because that battle should have been like at least an hour long. The demigorgons and demon bats and all that stuff should have been there and relevant.
Right.
And none of that. Because it should have been like the military and the kids all coming together to like fight them on 2 different fronts kind of deal. Like there's so much they should have done. And they decided just to kind of like wave that away to give like a buttoned up bow conclusion.
It sounds like a money grab to me. Like if they're just trying to like get people to watch all this other extra animated or
and so
whatever.
That thing is none of the animated stuff, none of that really even matters. So now I will bring this up. There's a group of people holding out hope that there is still more. Their claim. Oh, so the other thing is that Netflix leaned hard into Conformity Gate until literally yesterday, and they were finally like, all the episodes are out. There are going to be no more episodes.
Right.
Like
that's
because
what
I think
they
people
said they're
like
done with this show.
Well, they said no episodes is technically what they said. It said all episodes are out. Right.
Okay.
Now there is one group of people holding out hope because the show has pulled inspiration from so many things from retro 80s and 90s and whatnot pieces of media.
Sure.
In the 90s, I think was when it officially came out, there was a Friday the 13th movie that became notorious for doing something very interesting. The movie was released as a documentary about Friday the 13th. But it turned out that this documentary was actually another Friday the 13th movie, and Freddy actually goes and kills the cast and crew and director and everybody involved with Friday the 13th.
So it becomes a found footage horror movie.
Yes.
Interesting.
And so the theory now is there is technically a documentary for Stranger Things that is coming out next week.
Oh,
and it is an official Stranger Things documentary. And the theory now is that the documentary is going to be like the Friday the 13th one.
That's how you know the season finale was so bad.
Yeah.
That all the internet is hoping and praying and like scrounging around to find some way to save this final season.
Right.
So that they can be like, this show was an amazing show. Instead, the show's going to going out on a wet fart, which as we know, kills franchises. Because talk about Game of Thrones for me, that last season season, the conclusion, the lack of a last book that R.R. Martin's just going to release on his
Refusing to
deathbed.
release.
I think he knows nobody's going to like it, so he's waiting. And then, like,
Probably because it actually is what was in the last season of Game of Thrones.
they're missing characters and shit. Like, there's no way. The books are so different. But anyways,
Yeah.
but yeah, after that, it kind of killed the franchise for a lot of people. I know House of Dragons has been kind of successful, and they're still pumping out other shows and stuff. But like,
now I am excited about the next new show for Game of Thrones.
Egg and
Dunkin' Egg, technically, but it's called something else.
Yeah.
But yes, it looks. I don't know if you've seen the trailer. It looks awesome.
Yeah, I'm just not excited. I don't know. I just lost it. I literally read all the books. I was so into Game of Thrones. We played the board game all the time.
Yeah.
Like, we were deep in it. And then that last season, I was like, okay, done. I don't need to see any more Game of Thrones. I know they're going to keep pumping out shows.
Right. Yeah, well, this one is, so the release date, I'm looking it up right now. It's called One Last Adventure, The Making of Stranger Things 5 is what it's called, and it is supposed to come out next week. It is going to be, I don't know, it's supposed to be a 2-hour documentary.
Mhm.
There are people that think that it is not, and it's going to technically be more Stranger Things and actually fix all the problems.
And there'll be another group of people disappointed.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, would you actually enjoy that though? Like, do you think that would be good?
No,
Like,
because
was there?
it wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Well, how would you do a documentary about something that takes place in like the 80s when documentaries and this kind of stuff wasn't really a thing? Like, they don't have.
No.
I mean, I guess they could.
Well,
have
I mean,
an old school
if it's
camera.
connected, if it's connected to, if all the actors and stuff are actually the actors, and that's the thing, is like the documentary is wouldn't take place in the 80s. It would be now, and like these people would be their characters and all this. I don't.
Well, they waited long enough. All the characters, all the actors are old enough that they can all come back as themselves now.
Right. So
Because they waited so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
I'm excited to be done with Stranger Things. Like,
I am-
probably the last time I talk about it.
I think
Right
I
here,
am
right now.
Oh yeah, JB's right. Yeah. I meant to say Nightmare on Elm Street, not Friday the 13th. That was my slip. But yeah, I always mix up the names of those two. Like, I wish that the Nightmare on Elm Street series was called just like Freddy or something. Like, just because it's like in my head, I don't know. It's not Friday the 13th, but yeah.
Yeah, because that's Jason.
Right. Yep,
Yeah.
Yes. That would be an interesting thing, but yes.
Wasn't there
That's
a?
called Freddy versus Jason?
Yeah, I was gonna say, wasn't there a Freddy versus Jason movie?
Yeah.
But so yes, I slipped on that. But yes, absolutely. I don't think that that's what's happening. I don't think that that's what's going on. There's a lot of weird things in it. A lot of people are super unhappy with the way that Stranger Things went down. The opinions are really torn. Now, personally, I haven't reviewed it yet in the app. But I'm kind of one of those things where, like, I would have been in the 90% if this had gone out with a bang and like the season itself had been good. But that's the thing, is like, it's not just the last episode that's bad. It's kind of the whole season. It's written terribly. The dialogue is bad. Like, the storytelling is bad.
Yeah.
Everything is just kind of bad. Like, it's not good. And so, as a whole, bundle, I didn't hate every last bit. Like Matt said, I was glad to see these characters sent off and whatever, but the way in which it happened was not worth it.
I was honestly happy with the ending of the last
5,
season.
right.
Like, I
It's a fine way to go out.
Yeah, like, I didn't need anything more, like, I didn't care about any of the character growth beyond that. Like, I don't know. But I guess maybe eventually I'll watch this season. Probably not. But
I mean,
we'll
I wasn't
see.
mad about it per se. I was just indifferent.
Yeah.
You know?
I was more just like disheartened because there was stuff in like every episode where I was like, oh, this is cool, but why didn't they do it this other way? Where are these other characters?
Well,
why is this going this direction?
All the plot holes, like we were talking about, all of that stuff
Yeah.
was just like the most disappointing, like BS. Like, you're just like, what you added a plot line and then ignored it. You added these new characters. They were pointless. We didn't need them. You added, and you're just like, this is all pointless. This whole thing was pointless.
Yeah, like Sarah Connors, I can't remember the actress's name, is like the main human villain.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And she's she's old now.
Yeah.
But she was like in the military. So she's like the military, like scientist, like bad person. But that literally went nowhere. I mean, it had like a little arc in there, but like nothing at the end.
Yeah.
To go with it. Because there should have been something there, and then there wasn't.
Right. And Linda Hamilton's her name. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah. This past season can only be described as a wet fart. That's pretty much how it went out with, and I'm not a fan. And we do, look, we have a Guys, we have a real life celebrity in the
Oh,
chat. I mean,
celebrity.
I mean, this guy, like, he's famous. I heard he's going to be in a comic book coming up. Like, I don't even know. This guy, like, he's famous. He's on all the shows. I mean, he hangs out with all the coolest people. I mean, he's on shows with famous people like me. You know, he's been in this studio. So
We've even had him on our show.
Yeah. Yeah. But Mo, says he was probably going to check it out, but now seeing how season 5 went, literally have no interest. So yeah, Mo, I don't know what to tell you. I do not know what to tell you about it. Now, granted, if you had never watched any of it, I'd say, like, absolutely still worth the ride to go through season 4. Like, you don't have to have season 5.
Yeah.
It's not going to be one of those where you're just like, what's going to happen? I can't.
Yeah, you can end with 5 and be very pleased with yourself.
Right. Now, and you might have already seen it all, but I mean, it's kind of one of those things. But
Are there 5 or 6 seasons?
there's 5.
Okay.
5
Right.
seasons.
So end with 4.
End of 4. Yeah, end with 4. Sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just, it is what it is. People were unhappy. Everybody's unhappy. They're making conspiracy theories. Crazy shit is happening. So
They're not even conspiracy theories. They're just looking at all the plot holes, trying to be like, hey, maybe this will make sense of it. And now there's nothing to make sense of except all these plot holes when you start looking at it. So then you're just like, well.
Right.
What if this documentary is this giant connector they want and it's still dog shit?
Right. That would be wild. That would be really wild.
Which then I will never trust the Duffer Brothers with any other projects they ever do. Or I'm already like, I don't want to watch their next projects.
Yeah.
Because if they can't land this final season with the amount of shit on the internet that they could have worked with, then why would I watch anything else they do? If they can't stick a landing like this, why?
Yeah.
They introduced pointless characters. They did all this crap that didn't make any sense. That they're obviously just trying to please. They're thinking, oh, how can we please these viewers in a certain crowd? And so then they made this season. I have no interest in their future project at this time.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
Fair.
But yeah, so that's kind of it. That's if you hear people talking about all of this conspiracy stuff, that's what's going on. And you might hear people talking about it for the next week until this documentary comes out and has nothing new in it, and it's just a freaking documentary. So, you know, there's that. We'll see what happens, but I'm not gonna hold my breath because I would die.
Are either of you going to watch the documentary?
I don't care. The only reason I would watch the documentary is if it comes out that it is actually technically like a hidden episode, fixes things, whatever. That would be the only way I'd watch it.
Yeah, the only way is if it's super relevant and it somehow fixes everything. But at this point, I don't think it's
the
going to
chances
do
of that are
yeah.
so painfully slim. With how uninspired the season was, there's no way that they have that inspired of a way to send this out. There's
No, that was people just being too generous, being like, oh, this is all too purposeful.
Which I saw one guy saying, he's like, no. They're actually geniuses. These guys are brilliant. You want to know why they're brilliant? Because they left so many questions at the end. That they had people questioning so much that the conversation could never end around this show. That's really why it's such a mess. It's because they're brilliant.
Yeah.
And made something that was messy.
Sure.
That's good for 2 weeks, and then it's real bad.
Yeah.
Once people realize.
If Conformity Gate shit hadn't happened, nobody would be talking about it at this point.
Oh yeah, you know.
And so now that that hasn't happened, and they've already confirmed they've said there's no new episodes.
Right.
That I think it's dead. I think people will stop talking about it once again and fully forget about Stranger Things.
Yeah. It's a bummer. It's a bummer because I loved what came before, but as it goes with shows, you know, you take a risk, and we got Caveat Ties in the chat. He always says he doesn't watch shows because he hates to be disappointed. I don't blame you, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, we will see, and I am not gonna hold my breath. But I did want to talk about one thing before we get on to our review. We're gonna bring up. And so the news here, Matt, have you seen there is a new Jackass movie on the way. I guess I'm going to display it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got a new Jackass movie coming.
I just saw that like a few hours ago.
Really?
Yeah, I saw it this morning. I sent it to Xena. And I was like, look, because we were just talking about it last month, being like, man, why isn't there a new Jackass movie? Like I found some guys on Instagram that in England that are like doing Jackass stunts and stuff.
I would not be surprised if like the likes of them, which they're young, they're kids, they might not would be, but like there are some other guys like Marty and Michael and some others that do a lot of Jackass stuff. I would not be surprised if some of these YouTube type people end up on this as the younger cannon fodder.
Well, and that's what in 4, it was like 50-50.
Yeah.
But what they should do now is basically be 100% younger with Johnny, Steve-O, anybody else who wants to come back, just like hang out and like laugh, and maybe like one or two like quick little things happen to them.
Set
like
things up.
Shaves.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And tee it up for a new Jackass and let the old guys be the co-hosts and not have to take the bludgeoning and all of that. So
Exactly.
we will see. But yes, there is a new Jackass movie coming to theaters in June, and I am excited. June 26th. They have it announced via Paramount Pictures, and they're saying theaters, wide theater release. So it means that this isn't even a streaming movie. And you know what? I'll go to theaters and watch it.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm going to put that shit on my calendar.
Yeah, yeah. I'm excited. So it says Knoxville teased in a vague Instagram post that the franchise would be returning to cinemas, but did not explicitly mention that it is indeed Jackass 5 and not a release of a past project. But I mean, there's no way that they're going to put an old Jackass movie back in.
That would be
dumb.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be dumb to do that when there is so many people that they could pull from to do something.
And it says the caption reads, well, a wang dang and hot damn doodle. We are starting the year off with a bang. We wanted to let you know that this summer Jackass is back, and we will see you in theaters June 26th. More to come, later on down the road. So, yeah, time will tell. But for all of those fans of the 2000s and the crazy shit of Jackass, we're getting another one. I'm sure there will be dicks.
Oh yeah, there's always
there will be lots of dicks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Jackass is back. Also, one little piece of news to add to this, a little addendum, if you will, to the news. I'm not going to pull up the article, but basically, I don't know if you guys are aware or the chat is, but basically, Bam Margera kind of got like excised from the group. There was no more Bam in it.
Yeah.
But Bam has said that he signed a Jackass 5 deal to appear via archival footage. Not expected to film new stunts, though. So supposedly there could be old footage and things in this movie.
Yeah.
But this also could have been a thing where they're like, hey, Bam, we might want to use some old footage. We might not.
Yeah.
Will you sign this thing saying that we can use it?
Yeah.
So he did sign a thing, but he's not going to officially be in the movie doing stunts or anything, which is kind of a bummer because Bam was Bam,
He was my least favorite, so I have
favorite.
Oh, he was my
no
favorite.
tears.
My favorite was the one that died in the car crash, actually.
Yeah. Chris?
What was his?
Chris.
Was it Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris
Pontiac? No. Yes.
something with a P. I think it was a P.
God, that sounds so familiar. I watched these movies so many times a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Let's see. Jackass member that died.
Well, while you're looking that up, I do want to say we have a $5
Oh, nice.
from Quagmire.
Yes.
He is currently working, and he will be back to harass us in a little bit.
That is what I like to see. Quagmire's been putting in good work, and the harassment is more appreciated here than ever, Quagmire. Feel free to harass me here as much as you want, because this is the only show I get paid to do. So feel free to harass me here. But we do appreciate it, Quagmire, and the man, the myth, the legend. He's working. I hope that it goes well, brother, and you have a good work day. And also, Christian Bale's Batman. He's mid. He's fine.
Oof.
He's fine.
Oof.
Yeah,
I hope he goes back and watches that.
Right.
'Cause I know he's working, so he probably missed that.
And Mo said Ryan Dunn, and yes, I found the same thing. It was Ryan Dunn.
Yeah,
It wasn't Chris Pontiac.
Yeah,
He was the
I was
guy
wrong.
that hangs out with Johnny Knoxville. Or not.
You should know
Right.
by now.
Right.
Don't listen to anything I say.
Chris can't be trusted for any kind of facts.
Yep.
It's
true.
Really, really much of anything along those lines, And yes, Caveat Ties says, what about
his
his
assment
assment?
instead of her assment.
I like
Yeah.
His
We
ass.
want gender equality.
They
them assment.
They assment.
They assment.
They assment.
They assment.
They
They assment is overrunning the town.
Actually, you know what?
Yeah.
Speaking of they thems and pronouns, I actually think
boy.
this is a perfect time to pivot just for a few moments
All
into
right.
the water cooler act. And what I mean by that is actually, something that people are talking about as far as the water cooler goes in shows that are in the zeitgeist, as it were. I actually want to talk about a show that everyone has been talking about, which is Pluribus. I think that's how you say it.
Yep. I think so. I think so.
Yeah, pluribus.
My best. I've
It's
heard people say it that way.
Pluribus.
That's all I know.
Pluribus. Pluribus.
Literally.
What if it was called pubis?
What if?
You
like,
what if?
What if, man? How much time do we have? Because what if? We could talk about Cubist
what if.
for a long time.
Yes, that. But yeah, speaking of they, thems, and pronouns, why don't we talk about we us's? And we us's meaning pluribus is how the folks in that show refer to themselves is we and us. Now, a weenus, is how they
Old weenus checking back in.
Yeah. That's how they describe themselves. And yes, it's e pluribus unum. It's meaning like a oneness. I think is where that comes from. Something like that, right? Isn't that it?
You're looking at me to correct you.
I was just waiting.
You should know this.
Yeah, like out of many, the one, or something along those lines. Yeah.
But so this show, I decided everyone's talking about it. Like I said, it's in the zeitgeist, and it's happening in Criticless. It's one of those things. Now, Caveat Ties is giving it a 47%. He doesn't watch shows, so he can't be trusted. But also, we have more.
As Lawyer says, this is a perfect example why I don't watch TV.
Yeah.
Thanks, Gabe Titties.
So have y'all finally watched?
So I have. I don't know if Matt has.
No,
I assume Matt has not. It's not a Matt show.
Yeah, not a Matt show.
Now, I got 3 episodes in, like I had said previously.
Okay, so that's where I am. 3.
Yeah.
So
that's where I stopped. I have not picked up. That's been weeks now.
Right. And as Jeremy says, from the mini 1. And if anyone would
close.
know, it's our brilliant I Miss Good Movies, Jeremy. And also Hayden Wayne popped in. What up, homie? Says as well the same thing. So yes, from Minnie and Sean. Yeah, all y'all popped in. My wife, she said it wrong.
I'm pretty sure I said that.
No, Chris. No.
I think I said out of Minnie 1, but
You might have.
whatever.
Yeah.
Samantha.
Well, yeah, you and my wife both. said
What
it
are
wrong.
words?
And
Yeah.
words,
They're synonyms.
are they? Are all words synonyms? What's a synonym, Chris? Let's describe.
It's a delicious spice from Southeast Asia.
Like in cereal.
Right.
So toasty.
As we see, there are some controversial opinions like Caveat Ties and Steve. Now, I don't know if this show is done. Y'all can let us know in the chat. But we've got a 90%, 75, 83, 81, 75, 79, but then down to a 42 again. Holy
Go.
I can't imagine ever giving it that low. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to hold off on giving
9.
But also, we've got a 30, a 60. So, as you can see, the best way to put this is that these reviews are all over the place. Really. Now, this show is directed, created, written, everything by the man, the myth, the legend. How is his name not shown? Okay, there we go. Vince Gilligan, who is known for Breaking Bad. So he's doing this show. Everybody's talking about it. I am curious to see where everybody lands by the end, or is this reaction because it has reached the end? Chris, after where you sit with it of 3 episodes, like, are you going to go back or are you going to watch more?
Probably not. It just didn't get
It didn't grab you.
hooks into me.
Okay.
I know I've talked about this for like 2 other episodes we've done, but it's just, I don't know. I disliked the main character.
I'm not a fan of her.
He just doesn't do it for me. And I don't mean that in any kind of sexual way. I mean, just like the way her character is portrayed.
Also that.
I could. $20 is $20. No, I don't know. It just didn't get its hooks in me. Like, there were some characters I enjoyed not to get into spoilers, but the flamboyant person who was like taking advantage of the situation.
Yes.
I enjoyed that character because it was a different take on it and kind of a more comical feel. I don't know. It just felt almost too real to where it wasn't entertaining.
Okay.
Like, because it would be extraordinarily depressing to be in that situation.
Right.
So it's kind of like, what hope do you have?
Right.
I don't know.
And so for those that don't know, really quick, sorry.
No, you're good.
For those that don't know, pluribus, the main premise of the show, without giving away too much, I'd heard it described as the fact that one woman is sad and everybody else is happy. That is not the show at all. Also, kind of sounds like real life, though. Great, but that's that is the most. Holy smokes, Hayden Wayne! Holy smokes! I'm gonna have to stop mid sentence for this one because we've got a
damn dude,
a 50. From the Hayden Wayne, none other than the Hayden Wayne. $50 says, looks like Jackass and Dune are my most anticipated movies of the year. I liked Dune 2, even though they screwed a few things up. But I love the books, and I'm hoping they stick the landing, and it won't feel rushed and compressed too much. Hail. Hail Hayden Wayne. We really do appreciate it, brother.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Holy
Thank you,
smokes,
sir.
man. A 50. We love it. And we really do appreciate the super chats and the support because as everyone knows with me,
By the time I pay my scientists, all the people in my lab, my developers, the lab rats, it's a wash. Well, why you do it then? Because I'm selfless.
Yeah, that's why I do it. I have to do it. And look here, you guys are coming in hot. Oh man, I triggered Quagmire. He says Bale is mid, your mustache is mid, your app is mid, your TV is mid. Bale is the GOAT. I know you have mid taste, but wake up to the night that is Bale. Anyways, I am watching Dark right now. I'm loving it. Yeah, Dark is very cool. I never finished it.
My problem is I had to go back to Dark.
Yeah, that was
after my first season. I have to sit down and rewatch the first season.
Show.
Yeah,
I've got to start from day one if I'm going to go back.
Yep, so good.
But
Dude, that was like forever ago. I watched that.
Yeah, forever ago. But well, you know what, Quagmire? I'll take it. I'll take it for $10. I'll take the hate, but also still Bale's mid.
Oh,
but
just like your stash.
Not to be forgotten or overshadowed.
Yes,
Eagle Thrasher with a 99 center.
99. That's right. That's right. We do appreciate it, Eagle Thrasher. Thanks very much. And yes, we do appreciate all of that. I'm glad you're enjoying it at work, and we're being able to keep you occupied a little bit. But for all you guys, we do appreciate all the support and all the love from all of you guys, definitely. But really quick, back to Pluribus. So essentially, we were talking about what this show is about. It's not really about one woman sad, everybody happy. Like it kind of sort of is, but not really.
I mean, that's a real quick summary.
Right. Very simple. But long story short is, and this is actually technically a sci-fi show on paper. It's essentially that what happens is that a discovery is made, something happens, and it causes a condition to happen where all of humanity becomes a hive mind. Everyone shares the same mind, the same thoughts, the same opinions. Everyone knows everything that everyone has ever known in all of humanity. It happens very quickly, and there is a woman who is not susceptible to this spreading of the hive mind. And that is what the show is about.
So they watched that one episode of Rick and Morty that came out like 5 years ago, and then wrote a book about that, and then made it to a show.
Right. Kind of, sort of. I don't know about the book part, but yes, script.
I'm guessing this was probably a book.
It actually, no, I don't think so. Yeah.
Even worse, that was more of like a benefit to their doubt. They literally watched Rick and Morty and go, "It's a genius idea. Let's do it."
Right. Yes, and Jaws is popping in to talk shade as well, saying I do love my picture here, and Jaws, you would think that my Jaws take sucks because my honesty is so brutal, but yeah, so that's the show. There is more to it. I don't want to say much more because it does get into spoiler territory, but it does lead to a very difficult show because your characters are so minimal, because the majority of the people on screen are either this woman or all of these people playing the same character, right? Like, because everyone has to play the same character because they're a hive mind. They aren't allowed to be individual.
Sure.
So that makes it hard to navigate. I am hooked, actually. I am interested.
Oh, okay.
I'm curious to see where this goes. I really like the creator behind it. I loved Breaking Bad. I know that sometimes his shows take time to marinate. I will keep watching. I like it so far. I'm not like, this is the best show ever. I have to know what happens, but I am curious, and it is all very much like an allegory, a metaphor. There are a lot of inferences and connections you can make to real world and things that are happening. And yes, Jeremy, absolutely the Borg, that is a perfect example. I've seen people talk about how borderline...
Super friendly Borg, though.
Yes, super friendly.
They would just want to please you to the...
Yes.
Infinite.
Yes. Like, as in, if you wanted to screw everyone on the planet, you could.
Yeah. Literally.
Yes. Quite.
And one dude
does. He does. Yeah. So yeah, it is interesting. I'm going to keep watching. Time will tell if this show is as clever as it could be, or if it is just kind of meandering and boring. I don't know. So I will let everyone know as I continue. I plan to watch the whole thing because I am enjoying it. But I don't know if this is going to be the big, huge next thing. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's got to go places. So also, we do have another twofer from Quagmire says, I'm just on break. I'll be listening. Got to rewind. But yeah, I feel you, Quagmire. No problem there. And glad that you popped in, and thanks for the supers to everybody. But yeah, that it is kind of a Borg, except for if the board was nice and friendly. And Caveat says it's meandering and boring, but I could see people saying that. But I would be curious to know what your opinions were of Breaking Bad, which you probably never watched because you don't watch shows. And I'll say, as far as one of the most you did watch, or you didn't watch.
Yeah. I watched.
Never seen Breaking Bad?
I watched one season.
Holy smoke!
And then just didn't really catch me that.
That's what I'm saying. With his shows, you have to be patient. Breaking Bad season 1 was good, but there are times like he really works on character development. He really works on story and world building. Like this dude has a way that he makes things.
Yeah.
You're either on board or you're not.
Yeah.
But the thing is that you want to talk about one of the greatest shows ever made, some of the best episodes of TV ever made, and a show that stuck the landing. Breaking Bad.
Right.
And that went like 6 or 7 seasons. I don't know how many seasons. A lot of seasons.
Yeah, I remember there being too many seasons because I remember I was watching it and I got like 4 or 5 seasons in, and then I just like puttered out.
Yeah.
Right.
I was just like, this is too much. I can't keep going. And then I never went back. Never watched Better Call Saul or that other spinoff or whatever else is out there.
Better Call Saul was good, but we fell off, I think, simply because at the time it was like cable only or something weird. We were getting cable and just fell off. But so I don't know, but I still say, and I've actually got a thing for my office. I've got to build. Sid got me the Breaking Bad van as Legos, and so I'm going to build a Lego Breaking Bad van. And so it's absolutely one of our favorite shows, and I still stick to it. It's great, and I do need to go. They did make a movie that we did never watch called El Camino, which I still need to see.
Oh yeah.
So, but I still love Breaking Bad. Thought it was a masterpiece, and it's great. But it's not for everybody. It's not.
Yeah.
So, but I did love it.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing is actually one of the most heralded episodes of Breaking Bad was directed by Rian Johnson, the man who killed Star Wars.
Yeah.
Just goes to show.
Yeah,
Trust anybody in Hollywood.
Probably why I won't watch it.
Right. But I'll say he directed one of my favorite movies, Brick. So he did good things before he didn't.
Yeah.
So, but I think it's time to actually, speaking of good things, guys, speaking of good things, we really need to talk about Walter Mitty. We need to preach the gospel. At least Chris and I do. We don't know. Matt has seen it for the first time this time, and so we will be finding out Matt's opinions. I've been pushing Matt to watch this movie for about 100 years. So, and he's had my movie for about equally as long. So
3 years, I think.
Yeah. So it had quite literally collected dust. So we got to get into it, especially for those of you that haven't seen it. You need to know what you're missing out on. So we're going to be talking about this movie here. Let's go ahead and dig into it, but I need to run the bumper. Where is that? I have found it. Now, while Chris takes a leak, I'm just going to set the stage here. Now, for those that don't know, The Secret Life of Walter Mitty came out in 2013. It's actually, believe it or not, a PG-13 or a PG-rated movie. I thought it was PG-13, but was very pleased to find that it was PG because it meant that my kids could watch it with me. I wasn't sure. I hadn't seen it in a while. Just wanted to make sure. But it is billed as an action, adventure, drama, comedy, fantasy. This movie quite literally is like every genre possible, which is kind of weird and would be hard to explain. But once you see it, you kind of get it. So this movie is directed by Ben Stiller. It is starring Ben Stiller. He has the largest amount of screen time, but it was written by Stephen Conrad. Ben did not write it, but obviously being the director had a lot of input in it. Now, this movie has plenty of other celebrities. It stars Kristen Wiig, Sean Penn, Adam Scott, Patton Oswalt. There are a lot of people in this movie as far as I say that.
I was about to say, I think you named them all.
Right. That is all the people. What I'm saying is these are all heavy hitters, and people that you actually don't see as much anymore.
Yeah.
But and there's really, to be honest, there's not a ton of people on screen. Ben Stiller has the most screen time for sure. He is the absolute star of this movie.
Yeah.
But there are some interesting performances and interesting other folks in this movie. But the thing is, the big caveat and what makes this a perfect Criticless Cast Unhinged movie is that this movie was, I'm not going to call it critically hated, but at the very least, critically divided and critically, I guess divisive is the best way to put it. They didn't give this movie a lot of praise. They didn't give it a lot of hype. And I think that this movie could have done better if it had gotten more love, because this movie rides a very interesting line. The Secret Life of Walter Mitty is in in certain ways, it's almost like a very big budget indie movie. It rides in the same realm as films like oh my goodness, I'm having a bit of a brain fart here, but starring Jim Carrey, really out there.
Eternal Sunshine.
Yes, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
That's also a fantastic movie.
Another fantastic movie. This movie didn't come out at exactly the same time, but it feels in that realm, in that world of similar films, to describe it, to where it's like this movie had a budget behind it, but you're like, this kind of feels like a scrappy, weird indie that some very creative mind made, and it's Ben Stiller. And that's the thing, though, is that now, after the years to follow, it's like, you know, Ben Stiller has really shown what he is capable of. I mean, he has arguably the most popular show on Apple TV at this point, which is extremely famous. And I'm really blanking tonight. Name of that show, Chris. Can you do it? Yeah, Matt, can you? How am I?
Yeah,
all three
it's
of us.
The Office, it's the back rooms. They're in
Yes,
the
The paper.
Not the
No, it's
no, not the paper. Definitely not. No. The Apple. Oh
well,
my gosh, chat,
somebody
help
will
us
tell
out.
Oh,
they're
Sub.
like Severance. Yep,
Severance.
Thank
you guys. That's why
Kyle
we have you.
Gazak.
Kyle Gazak showing up.
The man,
Clutch, yeah.
the myth,
Thank
the
you.
legend.
Yes, and if anybody would show up for this episode and for us talking about The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, it would be Kyle Gazak. Now, if you don't know, Kyle has been on this show. He is our bearded, bald-headed man,
Tallest man.
the tallest of men.
Yep.
He actually watches this film every single year at New Year's, and it's why he was my inspiration for us reviewing it right now. Is that this movie is a perfect New Year's film? It is a very motivational, inspirational kind of a film. And it is, at least for me, and I'll be interested to see as we talk, look at the chat, look at y'all's reviews to see where everybody else fits. But for me, this is one of those movies that you make sure to, if you're feeling down, if you're feeling in the dumps, you're like, I need to pick me up. This is that type of movie. I feel like we don't get enough of this type of thing in Hollywood anymore. It's pretty rare. And the industry has become a lot more nihilistic. It has become a lot more propaganda and just agenda fueled.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is that this movie does have a very heavy set of messages, but it's not the messages we get nowadays in Hollywood.
Yeah.
The messages here are just pure and genuine. They're real and simple.
Yeah. No more messages of being like, go outside, change the world.
Right.
Because that doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
So that is the thing. The message here is very interesting, and we are going to dig into it. But let's go ahead and we're going to give y'all our spoiler-free opinions, and I do want to present y'all's reviews and kind of the discussion currently happening, because y'all did show up. Y'all are starting to drop your reviews for this movie, and we are currently sitting at a 79%. I'm curious if my review will change things. If you see, I have a draft in the can. I have given it a 100%.
My man.
Let's freaking go. Secret Life of Walter Mitty for me is absolutely a 100%. I adore this movie with every ounce of my being.
Love it.
It is not a lot of things make me cry. I could cry through this whole movie. Like it's not a joke.
Yeah.
Like just so many scenes I'm just like, damn it. And the really cool thing too was, as I mentioned, is that, I remembered and realized, this is PG. Like I can show the family and and we can watch it together. And this is actually a message that is good for my kids.
Yeah.
And it has entertaining parts in it that kids will enjoy, because I have a prediction that Matt is going to think that this movie is boring.
Interesting.
And he's probably going to give it in like the 60s. But that's just a random guess. We'll see. I didn't, don't want to sway your actual opinion here, Matt. That's just a random guess. But yeah, 100% agree.
That is an interesting thing, is that this movie, for some people, seems to kind of fly over some folks' heads.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't know. They don't I'm not talking about you, Matt. I wouldn't say that it's going to fly
I don't get the message.
There's some real dummies out there who do like this movie. The real dumb idiots, dumb-dumbs.
You call your friends retards when they're acting retarded.
Matt, I hope we don't have to play.
He hasn't even given his
No,
opinion.
he hasn't.
We're already making assumptions
No.
for Matt.
No. I honestly,
we love you, Matt.
No, I actually mean that. But before I saw this, I actually read the Rotten Tomatoes scores and reviews and stuff.
Yeah.
I was curious, and like there are critics and stuff that this movie clearly like just kind of went over their head and like didn't resonate, didn't whatever. And I was kind of like, that's the opinion you came out of this with? Like that's very strange. And so. But for me, yes, this movie is absolutely a 100%. I adore it. I love it. I'm curious to see the rest of y'all's scores. I did bring it up to an 80%.
I mean, yeah, you gave it 100%.
Right. Of course, that does bring things up.
Well, we'll see if we can get that.
What did I give it on there?
Right.
Because I've
You gave it 100.
Did I? Okay,
Yeah.
good.
I
Thank
looked.
God.
Chris was actually our first review for this movie. All the way back when he came
Proof
in.
that I use the system.
It's right. That's right. Very early.
Or I
on.
did.
On 8/2/23, you gave this 100%.
Yes, sir.
And you're talking about how you regularly watch this as well. And so
Twice a year.
Chris, if you want to talk about it at all.
I did watch it a few months ago as well.
Yeah, before we dig deeper. If you want to talk about it, yeah.
Yeah, it's 100%. I mean, it's just a beautiful story. I mean, it resonates with me really well just because it's a story of a stifled childhood where a man lives his mundane life in imagination, but then has the opportunity to actually go on adventures. And that just like hits me really hard. I love adventure and like going into the unknown, and it's just such a positive message across the board. It's weird because I don't know anything about Life magazine, which this is kind of focused around. I'm sure they're just another greedy corporate entity that doesn't hold any of these standards, but it did make me actually appreciate the motto that they had at the very least, if that is their actual motto. I'm assuming it is.
Right.
But I just absolutely love this movie, and it always encourages me to live vivaciously,
right,
and
live to the fullest.
To do things, to explore, to go into the unknown, to go outside of my comfort zone and to push myself. And it always makes me want to travel every time I watch it.
Yeah, I know.
And yeah.
That's the biggest thing about it.
Yeah.
This movie, there's some gorgeous scenery in it, like just the shots and the locations. Beautiful. Now, and before we pivot over to Matt, really quick, I do want to say, so like the other thing kind of Matt was getting on is like there is a thing, and I put it in my review, but like there are parts of this film that hit so close to home that it's almost like painful, where it's like, as a kid, he skates, he had a mohawk, like he lived a certain type of, like it very much kind of how we were as kids. Like that's kind of the upbringing that I had, was the skating and the wanting to just do these big grand things. And then he gets sucked into the work life, and it's like we started working young. Like we started making money young, and then we just like we got, the day we turned 15, we got jobs. Or 15. Well, 14, I started working at 14.
14. Yeah.
We both did, and it was like we just were working, and I dug in my heels deep, and then all of a sudden it's just like that was all I did. I worked a full-time job through college, all this stuff, and so looking at that as like this microcosm and our lives kind of compared to his, it's just such a close connection. I'm sure, especially with like Chris and I, that's why it resonates so much, is we did the work. We grew up in a similar way. We had these ambitions and stuff. And then you find yourself in the corporate world, you find reality just kicking you in the dick. And you're just like, man, like,
gotta escape.
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah. You
do something.
It's whenever responsibility takes over your dreams. Is really what it comes out to. Is like you have to make a decision in your life. You don't have to, but I had to make a decision in my life between being responsible or being spontaneous, or and following a less strategic or deterministic path in my life. And maybe that's why like my regrets, not even regrets, but just kind of like a hopeful thing that brings these pangs in of like, I could have like fucking not worked constantly and just been a bum and kind of like rolled the dice, and maybe I would have been homeless right now. Who knows? But,
you don't know.
You could get those experiences. So it's
and so many people do roll those dice and do go float around the world for periods of time and have experiences and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if their lives are better for it in the long run. But
and this is like pre-YouTube be a van life person.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not like you can make a living from being a bum.
Being a bum.
Yeah. You can't be an influencing bum.
Right.
It would just be a bum bum.
A bum bum.
Yeah.
A bum bum. Yes,
Bum bum.
you are a bum bum. Yeah, and I saw Jeremy say, I think it was Jeremy in the chat said he thought that it was fictional. No, Life magazine was actually a real magazine. A lot of those covers that they show in the movie are actually real covers that Life did. Now, they're not as prevalent anymore, and I think that they've changed. I don't know if it's even
probably got bad out.
Yeah, I actually think kind of it's not exactly the same company and stuff anymore, but it was real. Apparently, it said something about like I guess it transitioned into special issue kind of things, and says since 2000 the magazine was published as irregular special issues. So,
Gotcha.
yeah, it's not what it was back in the day apparently. So, but yeah. So, anyways, what we got to do is hear Matt's opinion because it was his first viewing, and I am very curious. I actually have a thought and an opinion, but we'll see what Matt says. So,
what's your thought and opinion?
I think you probably really like this. You maybe aren't as like over the moon as we are, but I think you probably liked it. But I don't know to what degree, but I could be totally wrong. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Yeah.
Titty roll.
Titty roll.
Yeah. Nothing like a titty roll.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
I'm torn between like a high rad and a low most excellent.
Okay.
With it. There's definitely a lot of things I can just be like, didn't quite understand why they made certain choices or didn't like and for me like the first like quarter of the movie I kept being like, get on with it.
Really? Right. I've seen multiple people say
hurry
that.
up.
I don't get
it. Oh yeah, and then I started reading reviews and everyone else is doing it. Literally Xena had the same thoughts.
Really?
Yeah, it was just like, we get it, let's go. And then like his dream sequences are all real strange.
That's the best.
Yeah. Well,
so great. They're so fun.
Continue. Sorry.
I'm just saying, but then when the ball gets rolling,
yeah.
Then I was like, I like this.
Sure.
And then I've had a lot of adventures in my life, so I was just like reminiscing with Xena about stuff because we've gone to Iceland and we've done things like rent tiny cars and drive around foreign countries and stuff. So for us, it was just like we started reminiscing after the movie, being like, yes,
right,
adventures,
right.
So that's why we both enjoyed it. But I think Xena's probably the same. I don't think she's had a chance to review it, but
okay.
Yeah. I think she and I are in the same boat.
Okay.
With that.
Yeah. For me, I don't know. I love that early stuff. I love all the weird daydreams. I think that they're super fun. My kids loved that stuff. Like,
right.
All of his, like the Stretch Armstrong thing, freaking hilarious and ridiculous. Fighting in the elevator, the
riding asphalt as a skateboard.
Right.
Well, we're not in spoilers yet, but yeah.
Yeah. But, and there's, as the chat brought it up, there's a Benjamin Button scene that is absolutely hilarious.
It's so funny.
It's so weird.
I love it so much.
Hilarious.
It was my kid's favorite scene.
Yeah.
Like, that's the best thing I've ever seen.
They're like, here's this unhinged thing. Let's throw it in this movie.
So, well, I mean, all of his daydreams were pretty unhinged. I mean, that's kind of the thing is it's like, I think that the point in all of that is to show how radical this guy had come to start thinking about things in reality to just have enjoyment. Like, to enjoy his life is just he's having these absolutely grandiose daydreams. That are just ludicrous.
Yeah, and it's that whole being stifled as a child. Like you have, these dreams, aspirations, plans whenever you're young, and he had to make that decision to become responsible because, I mean, he even says that multiple times in there to where like he was responsible for taking care of his family.
Yeah.
And so his only escape from that was to have these daydreams. So like that was just a personification of his childhood dreams. Right.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. And that's the thing. And it's clear that his inner child, there's a scene involving a skateboard and stuff, and we find out that he is a skateboarder later on in the film. And it's like there's a scene where he's skating and stuff, and at first you think it's a daydream, and you're like, no, he's actually like on this board, he's doing tricks and
right.
Yeah.
And so that little bit as well.
Oh, unbelievable.
Really?
You rode when you're in your teens, right?
Right.
And you didn't ride through your 20s.
Right.
So if you were handed a board, you start being able to do kick flips and then longboard down a.
Okay, so there are some like continuity errors, I guess you could say, but they're just like nobody's going to do a kickflip on a longboard. Longboard, so using an actual skateboard within like, on the pipes and stuff, totally different.
That's
than
what that kid's was. The kid's was a regular skateboard in the first shot
initially
when he's doing it.
Yeah, no, that's not my.
I could still like hop on a board and do an ollie or whatever. And I was never a hardcore skater either. I rollerbladed. That was Chris and I were fruiter booters. So we rollerbladed, but so I was always like hitting myself in the nuts trying to do kickflips. So that would not happen ever.
Yeah.
I liked riding skateboards, but I was especially a longboarder. I longboarded all through college.
Yeah.
That's another thing that hits about this movie hard is I was a big longboarder all through college. I had like 3 longboards. We had a group of people. I once took 5 people to the hospital at one time from a longboarding accident.
Yeah.
There were pieces of face on a skateboard, if that says anything. I was the only person that made it down the hill and had to run back a mile to get a mile uphill to get a car to go pick up people. The crash was so bad that it ripped people's clothes off. Our buddy Kyle Runyon had to get stitches all in his head. He crashed so hard it ripped his pants off and his shirt off the top of his head. Like I watched people borderline die as I'm flying past them. We did a lot of longboarding. Longboarding is very dangerous. But ended up, our parents had all told us to, when we were in college, they had all told us to wear helmets and gear and all of these things before we left. And we were like, do we look like bitches? I mean, are we being real? And then everybody went to the hospital except for me because, I'm a champion. But, one of our buddies, Travis, he wrecked so bad that people actually thought he got in a motorcycle accident. It was that bad. We're talking like,
it was the road rash, full body scar.
Full body. We're talking like stitches all over his head. I knew it was bad when I was at the bottom of a hill and a skateboard passed me splattered with blood all across the top of the
I was like, how did that even happen?
Dude,
it was still rolling, but covered in blood. Like, how did he fall?
His face hit it as he was falling. So the board kept going. He fell forward. His face hit it, splattered it, and the board kept going and passed me at the bottom. And when I got up the hill, he was sitting in someone's front yard, blood pouring from his head, pouring from everywhere, and the sprinklers pop out of the yard, and he starts getting blasted with the sprinkler, and he's just like. Our buddy Kyle.
Yeah, I bet he was just in shock.
Oh yeah, well, our buddy Kyle was so concussed he didn't know where we were, how we got there, what had happened. Nothing. It was very bad. It was a very bad thing. And my Dixie says his daughter graduated from UNCC. That's actually where we went. We were all at UNCC.
Well, that's what Gazek said a little bit further up. He said the UNCC parking deck circuit.
Yes, crash. Yes, exactly. That was where a lot of us crashed to, was the parking decks. But yeah, so we this is a very hilly area we live in. So a lot of people along.
Yeah, parking decks. Naturally.
Well, no. The parking decks are. That's not where we were skating. We were skating in some local neighborhoods, but that are very hilly.
We are in the foothills, is what they're called.
Exactly. Yeah. So, but deviation from the movie, big time. I've given a lot of stories today, but yes. A lot of this stuff hits really close to home for me, though. There's the longboarding and all of that.
Yeah. So, but I'm glad that you enjoyed it, Ben.
Yeah.
More than I thought that you would.
Well, I smiled because I actually wrote up my review already.
Yeah.
And it's actually at like a 68. I
think. I was still right. Okay. Right. But you're going to rate it?
I've been hemming and hawing on it. Right. Because now I've had a couple days to let it simmer.
Marinate on it.
And I think my score will go up a little bit.
Okay.
Because I can look past, like, it's just everything's so exaggerated in the movie. It's one thing when it's the dreams are exaggerated.
Yeah.
But then all of his stories and everything that happens to him is super exaggerated also.
Right. Well, I think that part of the point in that and this movie is to also be like, he has reached reality. He is in the real world, but like, is he fighting a shark? We don't know.
Yeah,
Did he jump in the water? Probably. But like, so I think that that's the thing is there's like little bits here and there where the movie wants you to wonder, like, was it this grandiose or was it a little pulled back? Was this still his imagination playing a role in some of what's happening?
And it's still like believable points. I mean, like having a shark attack.
If it wasn't as frequent, but it was like everything that happened to him.
Yeah.
Was almost unbelievable.
Yeah. And I think that's just a part of the storytelling.
Yeah.
Right. Like obviously that's a stupid thing to say, but it's, to make it such an extreme thing, it's because it's like the growth, right? From this guy who doesn't do anything. He's even talking, again, spoilers here, but he's talking about his profile at like, I've been to Phoenix on a layover for a business trip. Like, that's all he's done. So it's kind of that extreme of just
the most grandiose in high school. And then literally at 17, his life stopped.
Right. Yeah.
And, he was vicariously living through this photographer.
Yeah.
So, and I do want to go ahead and get into spoilers because there's no way that we can really continue to talk about this without getting them. But as you've heard, we all like it.
Yes,
Chris and I
Kyle.
absolutely adore it. Matt.
And it seems like there's a lot of people that do adore it.
Yes.
It's not like just you two.
Right. Right.
Oh yeah,
in that,
for sure.
that vein of this movie.
Yeah. And this is a cult classic type of a film, I think. It rises to levels that definitely put it in that, especially with getting the critic hate and all of that. This movie exists in a very specific kind of realm, being what it is.
Yeah.
Kind of like something like The Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yeah, for sure.
And also just that there is one thing that I think, regardless of where you sit with like some of the weirdness of it or the silliness of it or the grandiose nature of the film, is that like this movie is stunning. There is some cinematography, some footage, some elements of this film that are beautiful.
And what ties it all together,
I know what you're going to say.
which nobody's mentioned so
I know.
far, but everybody realizes it. Realizes it.
It's the soundtrack.
The music,
Dude,
brother, it brings it all together.
It does.
And it's so sad, if I can just say, that this type of music that is in this movie is that like crunchy kind of music. It has a bad rap where it's like oh god, I can't even think of the band that does it, but it's from a specific time period.
Oh yeah,
of like 2012
it
to
was the more like
2015,
folky,
where like people are humming and snapping and whistling. It's that kind of genre, which got a bad rap because it got overdone.
And this is some of the music from before that genre went off the rails as well.
Right.
And before like Mumford and Sons took over and like it went really hard folky. This was more of just like, when you said indie music, it was just this shit.
Yeah, it was like a graduation of Garden State soundtrack.
Right.
But it got a bad rap, but it still hits real hard in this movie. I really love it. It fits everything, and it ties it all together perfectly.
Yep, I agree. And it's very indicative of the time as well, if you were into indie music at all. Yeah. Like, this movie is a time capsule.
So it was like 2012, right, when this movie came out?
13, I think.
Something like that.
Which is actually kind of funny that Mumford & Sons wasn't really in it, considering this is folky music, and Mumford & Sons was prevalent at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their first album dropped, and they were big, because that was like 2011, I think, or 2010.
Yeah. 2010.
So it could have fit. But it is that same vein, and the soundtrack is very good.
Yes, it's excellent. The music and just the music, even the individual score of this movie, and then all the music added in. This movie looks, sounds, feels great, and even the the grandiose scenes are done well. It doesn't feel like they look good. They're fun, even though it's wacky, wild things that are happening. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get into spoilers, guys. So just be warned. But we've already talked about plenty. But yes, so on to the spoilers for this movie, and I know that there was some talk in the chat about kind of grasping what this movie was saying, where it was going, all of that. I mean, really, in a nutshell, this movie is, as a lot of the things that Chris mentioned earlier, is this film is about remembering who you are, remembering who you want to be, who your inner self is. There's a lot of that. There's a challenge to explore, to expand, to just experience the world. And even if it's not going on these grandiose, wild adventures, to just experience life, to not get stuck in this humdrum, regular, dull existence that just keeps chugging along and is boring and bland. Is just experience life is the biggest statement that this movie has to make. But there's also another one by the end that this movie is also saying that I really love, and probably the most important thing that I think that this movie has to say is that don't discredit yourself just because you have this more mundane life, just because you have a job that feels mediocre, just because you have a station in life that doesn't feel as important or as grand. Don't discredit yourself. You are still something. You are still special. You still mean things to people. You are still important, and there is more to you. And I think that component as well is a thing that this movie really ties up the messaging and what it's trying to say in this nice bow of going the extra mile. If I don't know if y'all want to expand on that at all, but yeah,
it's good.
I mean,
I'm just agreeing with you. Yeah, no, it's good.
So because at the end of the film, and we haven't talked about it, but the whole point of this film is that Walter Mitty is on this journey. He has been working for this photographer who is a legendary photographer, and he is trying their business. The Life magazine is getting shut down, and the cover photo that is sent to him as a negative is missing. And he doesn't know where it is, and he has to find it from the photographer. And so he spends the entire film hunting down this mysterious, legendary photographer to get this one photograph, and piecing together this puzzles, the mystery, all of this, leading up to this grand moment of where they keep edging you about what this picture is, and they keep really pushing it, and they're like, you're never going to find out. This movie convinces you that it doesn't matter even,
Right.
and they really make you okay with the fact that I'm not going to know what this picture was.
Right.
Like, I'm not going to ever figure it out, and I'm okay with that. And the movie convinces you that you should be okay with that because you need to live in the moment. Sometimes beautiful things happen, and you just have to experience life. And I think that also that message in this movie is very important in the day of social media and phones in our pockets and taking pictures instead of just living in the moment. Like, I feel like this movie almost has extra meaning in that itself.
Yeah, dude. I mean, Sean Penn, dude. I'm sure that he's a complete jackass. Has, whatever, him as a person, but his character, Sean O'Connell, I think that he plays in this movie, I want to be that guy. Like, that's like, in my mind, that seems like a dream person of just traveling around, doesn't care about technology, which I also, funny enough, I work technology, but also I don't.
Right.
I'm not on any social media, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Like, it's like, that's what I aspire to be as somebody. And Kyle had said that put the quote in the chat earlier, but basically it was just like, beautiful things don't ask for attention. And like, sometimes you don't, he doesn't take the picture because he just wants to be there in the moment.
Yeah.
And that's something that everybody should strive for. It's not just, obviously this character is just, pulling from, Hindi or whatever. There's a lot of religions that believe or even teach, this being in the moment and living now rather than trying to focus on these other things. I just really appreciate that character, and it's something that I would love to be. I would, like, if I was that dude,
You're right.
I'd do like the coolest guy ever.
Right.
And that's probably why I'll never be that person because, I like being cool, but even though I'm not, but I don't know. It's such a great character, and the way that they interact with each other as well is just really fun because it's like this person who has, is just living life, and then you have the person who develops, basically the person who edits the other guy's life is kind of living vicariously through him.
Right.
I think, Blaine, you had mentioned that, so that's something similar.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is such a cool mindset to look at the world through, is that like he did admire Walter. He's like, and he was like, Walter is essentially like my wingman, my partner, like borderline my best friend, and he doesn't even know it. Like, this guy, if it wasn't for Walter, my photos, the right ones wouldn't be picked, the right ones would not be developed, it wouldn't get done properly, it wouldn't get on the cover of these magazines. I would not be me without my man in the chair. Like, that's the thing, kind of the superhero thing is like the man in the chair.
Yeah.
Walter was the man in the chair, and he didn't even know it.
Right.
He had no idea. And it is, and that's the thing, is that at the end of the day, Walter was on the cover of the last issue of Life magazine, and it's so cool. Like, that's such a cool way to end it. Did you see that, Matt? Did you see it coming? Like,
I saw it coming.
You did?
Did you?
Yeah, a little bit. It wasn't like right up. It was like maybe like 5 minutes beforehand.
Yeah.
Because when he threw away his wallet and his mom kept mentioning knickknacks, I was like, 100%, she's gonna recover the wallet. And then he was like, well, it's in your wallet and the orange cake and all that. And I was just like, it's going to be a picture of him. I didn't know what it was exactly.
Right.
And then when they showed it, I teared up and I was like, oh, that's real sweet. Because that is like important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. It was very neat. And even you find out early on, that Walter was more appreciated than he realized by getting this wallet from Sean Penn's character.
Right.
And you do, it does start to make you wonder a little bit, like what's going on between these two's relationship and all of that.
I was like, is this his long lost brother? Is this his dad?
Right.
Visiting his mom. Like, because the second he brought out the cake, I was like, that's a weird cake.
Right.
And then like they bring it out on the ship, and I was just like, so obviously he's been talking to his mom.
Yeah.
Right.
In some way to have a cake.
Yeah.
That she makes that I've never heard of in my life.
Right.
Right.
I will say that this movie can be a bad influence in a certain degree.
Yeah.
Because if you're in Greenland, you're in a bar with a helicopter pilot who is drunk off his tits,
Yeah.
you probably shouldn't get in that helicopter.
Probably not.
I think that is just wisdom of just like avoiding. It's just like I wouldn't get in a car with somebody who's drunk.
Right.
I probably wouldn't get in a helicopter. Like they make this it's very romanticized in this to like you're taking a risk. Right.
Which that was his
appreciated
first big risk.
Sure. Appreciated in a movie.
Right.
Probably doesn't translate to real life very well.
Right.
Don't get into a car with somebody who's super drunk.
Yeah.
Probably don't fly in a helicopter with somebody who's super drunk. But it is romantic and it is a milestone in the movie that is appreciated.
Yeah. And there are just which bringing up that moment and some others, there are just some very what I would consider to be just like extremely iconic moments in this film that I don't think get enough credit. Like when he is going to get on the helicopter and Major Tom is playing, and we've got what's her face, Kristen Wiig.
I fucking love Kristen Wiig.
I know.
I would marry her right now.
Isn't it so weird that she used to be married to Chris Pratt? Like, isn't that so?
It is. Wait, they're not married anymore?
No, they're not.
No,
Chris
she's been
Pratt,
married to
Arnold Schwarzenegger's daughter.
I thought he was married to.
No, yeah, he is. Oh,
it's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Sylvester Stallone.
Before,
I'm pretty sure it
her.
was Kristen Wiig.
it was the chick that's in all the scary
maybe
movies.
not. Maybe I'm wrong about who he was married to then. Maybe he
Yeah, I'm
wasn't
pretty
married.
sure he was married to the girl in all the scary movies.
Oh, you're right, Anna Faris. You're right.
Yeah,
they're
that's
the
her
same person in my head.
I mean,
Wow,
fake
different
news
people.
from.
he could have also been married
He
to
could have also been
Kristen
married to
Wiig.
her.
I'm not saying it was.
Right.
Right.
No, you're
Yeah.
right. You're right. That was a slip. Those two people are the same person in my head. Why is that? Was it just because they were famous at the same time and they were like in that
Wow.
comedy?
I don't know,
Kristen
they're very
Wiig
different,
is
but
flawed,
I like
though.
You
I
really like her?
I don't see. I find her
I just love that he
humor.
creeped on her so much.
Yeah.
She was a total
Okay.
creep.
He was.
Well,
That was sarcasm, by the way.
that,
'Cause I know I'm a little dry sometimes. That was creepy. Like the first quarter, it was just him being like a total creep. Like,
He
I made this
is-
profile
yeah,
so
yeah.
I could like,
Right.
we get you.
I only want to get one person.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
That was a little creepy.
It is
to
a
start
little
the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
Especially this day and age in 2013, everyone would be like, this is funny. Like a 40-year-old virgin also, which is another creepy movie. And then you have like,
40 over.
if you rewatch it though, you can be like,
I have
this is
not seen that
a creepy
in
movie.
Okay.
decades.
So,
But
but that was like a creepy way to start it off. And
Yeah.
it like works out fine-ish.
Right.
I mean, it works out fine.
Yeah.
But it's like getting there was a little.
I will say that the handhold at the end was a little rushed. I feel like
He was just
I
taking the
wouldn't
plunge,
have-
man.
Right.
like they hadn't even gone on a date. They hadn't even
Right.
said like, do you want to be boyfriend and girlfriend? Check yes or
Because
no.
people still say that. After
Yeah, because I do. But yet he still goes for the handhold. Felt a little
Right.
out of place. I'm
So
not.
let's take a
I am
risk.
not deducting
He's
obviously
adventurous.
any points. I'm just saying it's a little
Right.
weird. But
Right.
yeah,
Yeah. I didn't even really think much about it, but yeah, I know.
yeah, it has nothing to do with the content of the movie.
Yeah,
It's just a
I mean,
weird.
it made sense to me because
Yeah.
at this point he'd given her daughter a skateboard. He was already
Yeah.
prepared to like ask her out.
Right.
He'd been in contact with her a whole bunch. There seemed to be like something there. They had like
for
a
sure.
good. So I think that was definitely like one of those like if she pulls away, I know.
Yeah.
If she didn't.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I liked it, and I like how so there's a bit in the film where you think that Kristen Wiig's character has gotten back with her husband, and they really kind of convince you of that. And,
Yeah.
and I think it is such an interesting kind of necessary plot point and a part of Walter's journey to kind of have that pulled away from him, right? Because he had this bit of
Yeah.
an obsession. She was his connection to like you know, his old life and all of that and what he was holding on to.
Yeah.
And he also needed to let her go to continue to find his best self.
Right.
Like to continue to be on his adventure and whatever.
Yeah, I was actually kind of surprised when he ended up going back to New York.
Right.
I was
Right.
because I was expecting the story to be like, okay, I'm going here, and then I'm gonna keep following.
A
and I'm just gonna keep
continuation of
getting
the
more like
adventure.
adventurous,
Mhm.
right.
Mhm.
not to go back and then
Right.
have like a reminder of why he needs to keep going. I actually like that they changed
Yeah,
kind of like
yeah.
the formula in my mind from my mind.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and it works
Agreed.
because it does ground the movie where it's like back to reality though. Like
Yeah.
we can't all live like this, like make a living just being this adventure hound. Like,
do we want to nitpick the most nitpicky of plot holes
Matt's
ever?
here, obviously.
I mean, I'm always curious to see because I've only watched this once. But
Let
what do
me
you got
tell
for
you.
me?
Okay.
In his checkbook.
Yeah.
I've literally never used a
Back
checkbook.
then they had checkbooks, but
Back then it was 2012.
But by his age, they still had it. Because I remember being 2008, 2009, or 2007, 2008, my mom sent me down being like, here's your checkbook.
Right.
You need to write everything in it. So somebody that, and I'm pretty sure my mom did it for a long time.
Mhm.
Right.
She might still.
But the main plot hole, not even just the checkbook thing, was that in there he had listed, I assumed whenever he got the gumption to go to Greenland, spur of the moment, right? He just kind of walks out and his colleague is like, Walter, right? Trying to stop him.
Yeah.
Understand what he's doing. And he immediately, the next scene, it shows him in the airport. In his checkbook, it shows get passport photos. Meaning he didn't have a passport prior to going on the trip. Motherfucker, show me one person who got a passport in less than 24 hours.
Right.
I will give you a gold medal from the Olympics.
I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Hollywood logic, because an actor could absolutely get a passport in 24 hours.
Fair, yeah.
Whoever in a Hollywood mindset, they're like, yeah, you just go and you.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Passport.
Right?
Well, I think
you want to go on a trip, just take a picture.
It could be possible maybe if you went into a actual government center with everything
instead of like a Phoenix or wherever.
I'm still telling you that they're not going to have an appointment available to see you within 24 hours.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
Probably not. That's
But to be fair to the movie, it doesn't actually tell us how much time happened between him leaving his office and getting on the plane.
But we know
just
that
assume
it's within a couple days. We know it's really quick, though.
Also, Kyle might have corrected you there. He said updated photos for an already active passport can be really quick. So, and then also my wife said embassy maybe. So like it could be, you think about being in a place like New York City, there are like more governmenty type buildings. You're in,
sure. You have everything at your fingertips in New York.
Like if there was a place where you could pull it off shy of Washington, that'd probably be where.
And again, like I said, I'm deferring, we're putting this to the assumption of the movie.
We want to nitpick stuff.
Look, obviously, I rank this 100. This takes nothing away from the movie.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of poking
and
fun
that's
here.
kind of like what I said in my review, where I'm like, I understand that this isn't going to be 100 for everybody.
Sure.
And like for me, and I've classified this before and tried to explain it to people, is that 100% for me doesn't mean perfect.
Right.
It means that it's perfect for me.
Yeah.
It does what it set out to do perfectly. Do I think that it's flawless? Probably not. But I have a perfect time with it. Like I have the best expected experience for this film.
Well, it's how it affects you. This movie spoke to me in a specific way that I love it no matter what.
Yeah.
Anybody can bring any qualms against it.
Sure.
I don't care.
Right. And so for me, in the same vein of movie, Accepted is like that. That for me, like it was the movie, I don't know if y'all remember it, Justin Long, Chris
I know, I love it.
and all that.
It's
and every time I would watch it, I would like rearrange my room and decide I'm gonna like change my entire life.
Right.
Back in like high school and college. And I'd be like, I'm gonna go out and do stuff. And I feel like if I watched this back then, it would have extra encouraged me to go like do stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's the thing with this movie is I think that the motivational level of what this film achieves, we don't get it anymore.
Yeah.
And we honestly, even back then, we don't get it. You don't get it a lot, period. And I think that there is something just super special about that.
Yeah.
And that's why I like this movie so much. Like that is the big thing is very rare to come away from a film being like, I just feel so good. I want to do better. I want to be the best version of me.
Yeah.
And I think that is an important thing that we need when the world is so negative and so harsh. So I that's why I love this so much. So
yeah. It triggers, it flips that switch within my brain of being spontaneous.
Yeah.
Like it makes me want to explore, to follow my dreams, to see the unknown, to draw closer, as they say in the quote. It just, it makes me feel warm and fuzzy, and it makes me want to be a better person.
Right.
That's really what it comes to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that is the very, that's the best possible outcome for someone who's trying to have a positive message. And it's kind of, this movie is one of those things where I'm like, I can see you being like, oh, it's all right. But it's like, if you hate this or dislike it, I'm like, who hurt you? Like, what happened? Like, what?
Maybe it's jealousy or something if you hate this movie because you're like, nobody can do that. Or whatever.
Right.
Like, that's not real. You can't go outside.
Are you like that hyper literal that like you can't be like, that would never happen. No one's mind would even think of something that ridiculous. Like, I don't know. It's like this, and there's, I don't apply that to a ton of movies, but this is one of those where I'm like, if you hate it, like, I feel like that's sad. Like, I'm kind of sad for you if you were to come away from it with that emotion. That would be a very strange emotion. If you're like, hey, the Walter Mitty shit, the Stretch Armstrong stuff is just too weird for me. I can't get into it. Like, I get it. Fine, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, but I don't know.
It's a very small portion of the movie.
Right.
You can honestly just fast forward through it.
Right.
And
the back
you
half
won't
of the movie
lose
is a lot less
anything.
of that.
Yeah.
And there's some such funny stuff. And that's the thing that I think works well is that like adults and kids can laugh at this. And my kids came away from it. Now, my youngest, he didn't like it as much as my daughter did. With her, she's like, this might be the best movie I've ever seen. Like, she's like, I really love this. Like, she loved it a lot.
She's got good taste.
Right. And then Clark, my son, was like, the beginning of this had a lot of action. Like, I don't know what happened to the rest of it, but early on it was like really funny and really crazy. And
Stretch Armstrong beat up a lot of guys in New York.
Yep, exactly. And then he's like, and then it just got a little more serious. I don't know. Like, so.
And then it lost him.
Right.
Yeah.
He's like, what do you mean being grown up? I can't even imagine being grown up. It sounds lame. Like, so
It is lame. I hate to break it to you, Clark. If you'll ever watch this in the future, growing up is lame.
Yes, it is.
It sucks.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know. It's not that bad.
I like being the opportunity to do cool things.
Yeah.
Though.
It is true.
I don't have to listen to anybody.
That's right.
Except for my boss.
Right.
Yeah.
You can always tell him he's a bitch. It just might not,
He'll just laugh and call me a F word, not fuck.
Yeah.
But
wait for it. Wait for it.
Why are you gay?
Yeah,
that one.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
that
what he'd
one.
say. Sounds like you got a good boss. Sounds like he knows
Oh
you
no,
well.
I was talking about Clark.
Clark. Oh, Clark would say that.
100%. Yeah, that's what I meant.
I thought you meant your boss.
He would also. It has. But this movie is in the same vein for me. This probably won't make sense to a lot of people, or maybe it will. But it hits my emotions in the same way that Charlie Countryman does.
Yeah, man.
That's another like 100% movie for me.
Okay.
I don't know. It hits my emotions in a way that I could relate to super well.
Same actor, different movie, same emotions. Peanut Butter Falcon.
Peanut Butter Falcon
is also seen, or I mean, Matt.
I'm mad, but I also have not seen either of these movies you guys talked
These
about.
are movies we keep pushing you to see.
Dude, check out Charlie Countryman for sure.
You'll like Peanut Butter Falcon.
I've actually never heard
Peanut Butter Falcon is
Countryman.
probably, I would think that you would like Peanut Butter Falcon better.
Yeah.
But Charlie Countryman is one of my all-time favorites. I mean, it also has M83, which is like one of my all-time favorite bands.
Oh, yeah.
It's with some of the soundtracks.
Just a lot of songs on there, or she's in it?
The main ones.
Gotcha.
But it's Shia LaBeouf, and it's just real good.
Yeah.
It's kind of like like people experiencing life real, and not in like a
Not like this movie where it's kind of
depressing way. Even though Charlie Countryman is kind of depressing.
Oh, it's depressing.
Yeah.
Not really. It has a happy ending. It's happy overall. But there's
it's a heavy.
It's
Yeah.
heavy. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It
heavy.
has some heavy stuff. It's more of a almost drug adjacent movie.
Oh, yeah. Very drug.
More train
There are
spotting,
penises.
like-
Kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Trainspotting is a very good analog.
Yeah. Okay.
Analog.
But one thing that we have forgotten to do
Noted.
that I need to do is pull up y'all's reviews, because we do that and I haven't done it. But
we started with that.
Yeah, we did bring it up a little bit. So yeah, but we got Scaviola. He dropped his recently, gave it an 87%.
He's in the chat.
Yep, and also in the chat said a charming story of an ordinary man with an extraordinary adventure. I love it. Yeah, spot on. Probably toxic as well. And yeah, a lot of our crew is doing Jokuary. They're all watching comedy movies this month.
Oh.
So
I would love that.
Right?
Are we going to join this trend?
We probably should. We haven't talked about next week. We got to figure that out.
love
We've been
comedies.
fighting on the show.
I think we should watch Airplane.
Hell yeah.
Not watch Airplane.
Dude, I'll watch Airplane every day.
Let's not do that. I've got enough heat.
I love
Airplane. So
okay, what Hot Shots?
We'll talk about it.
All right.
No, probably
that's a no.
Right.
Yeah, that's a no.
Probably talks. JJ Havenstand's also in the chat. Gave it a 90%. Let's freaking go. Said beautifully shot on film. Yes, totally agree. And humorous and touching. Yes, agreed. It's also that is the thing is he captures his the humor very well that Ben Stiller is known for, while also getting the serious stuff and every other possible genre, and a surprisingly good set of action sequences as well. Yes, Chris.
I do want to say I saw somebody say that they're not a Patton fan.
I'm not actually either.
Fair enough. But he is a minuscule part in this. I don't think that he would affect the movie for you in any way.
Right. Because for the most part, he's a voice on a phone.
He's a bad
in like
yeah,
3
he's
scenes,
the
and then he's
narrator
there for like a minute.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if that's your qualms with it, or
hold up.
Exactly, don't worry about Patton.
He's barely in it.
Yeah, barely.
Yeah. Jay Higgs gave it a 79%. Life on Marshmallow is also in the chat, and a regular here gave it a 76%. Love it. Also doing the Jokuary as well. Love that you guys are doing that. It is super cool. I love it. Mad props. And from time to time, we will try and join in to some degree on what y'all are doing, and we'll kind of talk to you guys about that if we can. But yeah, and talks about kind of being in the routine and setting the ways and missing out on what life has to offer. Totally agree. So you did get it. You definitely got it. And Bob Rogers as well gave an 80%. And Bob can be critical, but he gave it an 80% and said he really liked it. And actually later in his review basically said, like, you know, he gave this movie some extra points just for simply being what it is.
Yeah, for being
his earnest.
The positive influence.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's like, you know, I don't think that this is perfect or whatever, but I'm going to hit it in that most excellent zone because it is just
it's just positive.
Such a positive film.
Yeah.
So yeah, and Eagle Thrasher as well gave it an 84%. Said he really enjoyed it and really liked it as well. And have you in the chat. Glad to have you in here as well. My Dixie gave it a 79%. And hey, that's a high score for My Dixie too. He can be very
Ooh.
you know, and My Dixie, good people here, says Todd from eHarmony. Yes, there is some very interesting and funny product placement in this movie.
Yeah, I was about to say that it's weird, the product placement, like the Papa John's.
There's
Right.
Papa John's.
Like,
There's
it's just very strange.
Harmony. There is
Life magazine.
Obviously, Life magazine. There's multiple others.
Yeah.
There's a surprising amount of product placement in this movie. But it works though. Like it works in the film.
Yeah.
It's not like jarring.
Right.
Yeah, it's a little jarring, especially if you grew up around then. You're like, yes, eHarmony, the dating site everyone talked about all the time.
Right.
Papa John's. Like,
Right. To hear the names.
I think it fits into the story well.
Right.
It's not obtrusive to the story. Like it's not jarring in
Yeah.
that sense. Like it doesn't detract from the story.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Yes, no?
I mean, it's just very noticeable.
Sure.
Right.
It is
So
noticeable.
it's obvious.
100%
But I think
agree.
that's what it comes down to. You're like, yes, it's part of the story.
100%.
But
Yeah.
And I think it was intentional that it was noticeable too.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it had to have been.
Right.
I mean, most product
eHarmony
good
is a
product
plot
placement isn't, but this felt like it was on purpose.
Right.
For sure.
Well, it's not like when they're like drinking out of a Coke can and it's facing the word Coke and they're like,
Yeah.
you know, and
Right.
they're not like, this was like, hey, see, we got a eHarmony product placement. Like that was
Yeah.
this movie.
Yeah.
Or you see, we got that Papa John's, whatever.
Right.
Like they're nudging you. I Miss Good Movies gave an excellent review as always, gave an 87%. And he, you know, read his reviews as always. He was in the chat earlier, but I'm super happy that you love this movie as much as me. And Corktoberfest gave it a 71%, still liked it, and said non-pretentious. I like that. But also the Viewmasters 38. We were talking about you earlier. You know, what happened? Who hurt you?
Who hurt you?
Who hurt you?
Well, that was a review from a long time ago.
And these are some older ones, but
So.
some friends of the show,
It's
some
July.
like Emily here too as well, gave it 100%. We got a hundo, a 90 from Danky, good people there. Got a 95% from Fergusonian, also friend of the show. We got a 70% from Zudi. We got 95%. There are a lot of reviews and a lot of good ones, a lot of very positives, more hundreds. Here we go. We got Cave TV.
Oh, God, I saw a red.
There you
Yeah,
go.
we saw a red. This
Oh, God.
person, someone broke them.
Oh, no.
Okay.
And also I gave it a down vote
Who
because
hurt
well
you?
deserved.
Hold on. I need to sign in for the first time in months
Just to
to
downvote.
downvote this
You should
person.
Sign in to downvote. Do that.
This person's been hurt, okay?
I know, clearly.
I'm going to hurt him some more. this
right.
down.
And even Ninja Waiter gave this a 70%. If you know anything, then you know that Ninja Waiter is the most critical reviewer in all of Criticless. Gave this a 70%. So that says something. But yeah, also more of our friends here, really old movies, 85, 75. Call Off Script. I was looking for his.
There it is.
And also Nerd Dollface, 71%. We got 74s and 100s. So yeah, a lot of very positive reviews, only 2 legit negatives. So Chris, what'd you find? What'd you
I have
say?
609 notifications.
Oh,
If it wants
and
to
that's
make-
after months of
Hey,
not being on there.
Hey Chris, can you see this on your screen? Can you see my notifications?
If your head's not there,
Hold on.
Yeah,
Move
but
my
you're
head.
the owner.
I know.
Everybody
Can
likes
you. Make
you.
that out? Hold on.
it's like what 12,000.
Oh, you can't see it. Yeah,
You-
it's
you can't really.
12,000.
12,000.
I'm at 12,000.
You should
would-
probably clear them.
I
would
should probably just clear
Poop
them.
my pants.
Oh yeah, Cinnabon. That's another one. There was a Cinnabon.
Oh yeah.
As well. So
Okay, that one was definitely
one was
just like
very
a
on the
very like.
that was more like a very obvious.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the most obvious, just because. I mean, they're all obvious, but
It is also a airport.
Right.
It is a pretty airport
Wasn't it LAX?
specific.
But it is a very
yeah, well, yeah,
airport.
he was in LA.
I associate that more with the mall personally. But
Really?
I
Yeah.
agree. I would as well.
Growing up, it was an airport thing. I didn't associate it to a mall thing till later. It was actually growing up.
Yeah.
It was like that was when the only place we could get it
oh really?
was Cinnabon.
Oh.
Yeah,
Was the airport?
yeah,
Oh.
yeah. When we were young, like
I was
not
in Concord Mills for.
before that. I'm talking before Concord Mills existed.
I didn't travel much prior to Concord Mills,
Yeah,
so
makes sense.
yeah.
So yeah, I was really quickly going to pull up a list here. Now, as far as comedies and things that we had talked about reviewing, actually,
Yeah.
I did want to pull this up. We don't do recent or even recent-ish movies much anymore.
Yeah.
There are some recent-ish films, and I made a list of movies that I need to and want to see.
Okay.
That are also streaming, many of them. So I wanted to pull this up, and I'm curious about the chat, but there are some films that we had talked about reviewing that are now easy to get your hands on. And we had talked about comedies as well, one of which being Roofman, and Roofman is easy to access.
Yeah, I saw what's that? I think
currently.
on
It is
Paramount?
currently on Paramount Plus, and MGM Plus, and a couple other places, but Paramount Plus being the easiest.
There's an MGM Plus now.
There is. Oh, it's
my
been around
God.
for a while.
What the hell?
But these are all films that came out this past year that I feel like I need to see. Now, there's like some weird ones like Friendship, also another comedy. I wanted to see it.
I did want to see that whenever I saw
It
the
would
trailer.
make Matt's skin crawl.
What's it on?
HBO Max.
Mm.
Yes, it's on Max or
Yeah.
HBO Max.
Mm.
But there's
Yeah, I don't like that guy's comedy.
Oh, I know
So,
you don't. So
I
it would
don't
be
like
perfect.
that guy.
But Flight Risk as well. Paramount Plus really wanted to see it. Josh,
That I
That's
wanna see.
Fight or Flight.
yeah, Fight or Flight. Yes.
Okay, you said Fight Risk.
No, I'm sorry, not that. Fight or
Okay.
Flight. Sorry. And then also Caught Stealing was another one that's very much on my radar, and it is on
That's
Netflix right now.
Netflix.
And wanted to
Yeah.
see this as well. This is a Darren Aronofsky film. I heard
Was that Tom Cruise?
things. No, that is
That dude looks
Austin
like Tom
Butler.
Cruise.
It's Austin Butler.
Ah,
And also there's quite a few famous people in this. I did want to see it. So this is another one on the radar, but chat, I don't know if there's ones that you guys are leaning towards. I also never saw Legend of Ochi. That's not streaming anywhere yet. But yeah. So I don't know if any of these interest you guys, but as far as recent things, we could do one of these. I think as far as the most easily accessible kind of top of the list, it would probably be Fight or Flight, Caught Stealing, Roofman. Those are probably the big three.
I'd watch
Or
Friendship. I'd watch Friendship.
Or Friendship.
That's my vote.
I've been dying to watch Fight or Flight, and I just haven't
Me
yet
too.
because apparently it's supposed to be like Bullet Train.
I'm down.
So
Bullet Train.
yes, it is supposed to be. Bullet Train in
Then
the
yeah,
movie.
I'll watch
Yeah,
that.
so I don't know, chat, if y'all would be interested in that. I do really want to see Fight or Flight. We could do that next week, so maybe
Yeah.
we will. Now, it doesn't lean into the comedy theme of some of the folks in the app, but there might be some humor in it. You know, who knows? Might be some humor
That's
in
the
it.
thing is probably has humor in it.
Yeah,
Right.
it has comedy
Considering.
up here. Thriller, action, adventure comedy.
So it does.
So
It's
I guess
fourth in line.
Yeah.
It's still in line, okay, Chris?
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Hey,
that's right.
look,
So-
I'm down.
I did want to see it, and Kyle's saying Fight or Flight too. So I say we do Fight or Flight next week. That's
Yeah.
what we're going to be doing. It's fairly easy to reach as far as Paramount Plus goes. You can watch it there. So we will be reviewing that next week. I'm excited to talk about it. But I think that is going to be kind of buttoned up for the end of the review. Now, I want y'all to hang around for several reasons, one of which we got to do our send-off songs. Also, we are going to send you guys over to the Epicverse. They finally allowed us to actually send you guys to them. I want y'all to tell them hello. I've been busting their balls because we have tried to send our viewers over to them multiple times as far as a raid, and they've had their channel locked down, and apparently they unlocked it, and I saw it today, and so I want to send y'all over there.
Like I hit it.
So y'all need to tell them that Criticless has said about damn time. So yeah, we're gonna send y'all over there in a second. But send off songs, guys. Y'all got them. We'll run through those really quick. What we got?
So I can go first. Bury Me With My Screams by Trivium.
All right.
So it's a heavy metal song.
Yep.
It's a new. It came out sometime in the last year.
Right.
It's great. It's a lot of heavy screaming, some melodic singing, very nice driving guitar, like just
chugging along.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fun song.
Matte
metal. Yeah.
So yeah, we will add
Love
that
it.
to our send off song playlist. And Chris, what you got?
I have not been listening to a lot of music lately. I've just been just listening to audiobooks. But so with that, I'm just going to reference an old song that I've done probably before. I think is when we were in podcast version.
Yeah.
But it is a song called Mattresses Underwater.
Oh yeah, this is a great one.
And by
Band of Horses?
Color Revolt.
Color Revolt. That's it.
Yeah, we got there eventually.
Wrong over there. Yeah, well, all of those are bands from that time period.
Yeah, they were, and they're all fairly similar.
Yeah, they
so benefit of the doubt, but yeah, Color Revolt.
Color
Mattresses Underwater.
Man, I forgot about them. They're great.
Fucking
listen to the song Mattresses Underwater, Color Revolt.
Literally my favorite song of all times.
Yeah,
I would say.
Yep.
If I had to pick one single song,
it's a good one.
Okay.
And I have a song. The song that I'm going to do is from this film. It's called "Stay Alive." It's by Jose Gonzalez. It's great. It's what this movie ends with.
Yeah.
So very good song, very indie-ish, very of the vibe.
Yeah.
Part of this whole thing. So yeah, go check out all these songs and give them a listen. They will be added to our send-off song playlist and all of that. And thank you to everybody for being in the chat. This has been a really fun show and a great time. But like I said, you guys make sure to hang around as well, because like I said, I'm going to send you over to Epicverse. Y'all say Criticless Cast, raid, and About Damn Time. So yeah, I'm glad that we can send y'all over to them and let y'all tell them hello and their friends, good people, and Epic Mike. Tell them you do the Mickey chat tag stuff, obviously. But yeah, guys, it's been real. It's been fun. This has been a great show. Next week we are going to be doing Fight or Flight. I'm excited. Was really ready to watch it. And we will see you guys next time. Later,
guys.
Peace out.